Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Glad you could join me. How you doing? What's shaking? Are we there? Is it working? Is everybody in? Is everybody in? Let's see. There's this shot. That's the shot. Kind of. Here's me. Hi. How are you? Look at this. Is it working? Yeah. Let's see. I think we're live. Yeah. I hate the "are we live" talk anyways. It always takes a minute for everybody to gather together, and that delay is always a good time. So I've got a slapback in my ear, but hopefully on your end the sound is a little bit better. I've been tweaking with lights and moving some stuff around, but I'm doing the best I can with the limited resources that's here. I've got a plan for the next time I have to do this, but today, in theory anyways, hi, everybody in Kentucky and wherever else in the hell you are. I have a theory, at least, that this should be our last time doing this in this setup, anyways, for the foreseeable future. Yay! Oh my gosh, Tracy, you okay? I saw the picture of the ice machine that landed on your porch or wherever the hell that went. Insanity. Oh, nice, Shannon. Glad to see you guys. How are you? Welcome. Glad everybody is in here. I'm indeed in Joe's basement in Florida. He's now apparently so rich from these Ukrainian deals. It's amazing that he's got a basement everywhere. There's nowhere you can go that Joe Biden doesn't have a basement. It's amazing. Honest to God. Hi, Psychedelic Mess. Good to see you. What's happening? Rex Mo is joining us. Black Ridge Ridge saying, Patreons assemble. Let me see if I can get these a little bigger so people can see them. I do have that option. That's the one. Robo Melania definitely spoke today. I don't know if we'll get to that. Yay, hubby's okay. That's good news. Can't Stop Lying's with us. Big love. Hi, everybody. There's always this delay on when I speak or when I read something you say because it happened a minute ago. That's adorable. So all of a sudden I know what it's like to be Chris Matthews. Yes, Tucker found his documents, apparently. No news on whether Rudy Giuliani's going to need rectal surgery after the investigation, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they found him. What they had to do, see, and here's it's Tig, everybody. Tig's coming in and coming to say hi. Tig's coming in behind. It's Tig, everybody.
Wait, I'm not in.
There you are.
Where am I looking?
That camera right there. They're right there.
Hi, everybody.
There he is. Tig, drummer extraordinaire and decent human being. To a fault. Yeah. I blame you.
Oh, for everything?
No, just for you being a decent person. It's
that's no one else's fault.
That's right. Nobody's fault but mine. Right.
Enjoy. I'll stay out of the way.
No problem. Whatever. It's just kind of nice. Everybody's saying, "Hey, Tig." There you go. Yeah, he spells it with one G, just to, clarify. Which I think if he didn't, he'd be like a rapper who's named after a Winnie the Pooh character.
Okay.
Lil Tig.
There's a DJ Pooh.
Is there?
There's a DJ Pooh. Yeah. I know the jokes are.
Rap already sounds like shit. Hey yo, hubba, zadada, hubba, zubazing. This is gonna work out. This is gonna be one of those situations where I end up having Tig co-hosts from now on.
Do I get to be the side?
Yeah, you get to be the snurdly.
Do I get to cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss on here.
Oh, fuck you then.
Thanks, man. Gee whiz. Sue says she had a cat named Tiglet. He was a small tiger.
Well, that could have been me.
Yeah, that basically is you.
I am the reincarnated version of Tiglet.
That's true. The wonderful thing about Tig is a wonderful thing. His top is made out of rubber. His bottoms are made out of springs. He's flouncy, bouncy, pouncy, flouncy, fun, 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 fun. The wonderful thing about Tig is he's the only one. He's the only one.
But why am I in the dungeon?
You know why you're in the dungeon, you bad boy. Simmer down. Tigs are line approved, according to Can't Stop Lying, which is absolutely true. And it's a joy. All right, so I got a show to do, goddammit. This is serious business. Get serious about having fun, in the immortal words of the Nelson twins. That's that you can hear that. I think right as they start Love and Affection.
I wouldn't know because I've never started Love and Affection.
What?
Nah, not a Nelson fan.
How do you know if you haven't started it then?
Well, because I'm a human who was in rock bands at that time, so I knew who they were, obviously, but it's just not my
There she goes, oh, just like an angel. Seemed like forever that she's been on my mind, but nothing has changed. She thinks I'm a waste of her time. There she goes. All right, fuck
I don't
off.
even know that song.
You don't know that song?
I Can't Live Without Your Love and Affection. That's the one.
That's what I mean. That's
that the
it.
same
It's the
tune?
same song.
But
Yeah.
you're singing the verse.
Yeah, because I know the whole
Who
goddamn
the
song.
fuck knows the verse to a
I know the
Nelson
whole
song
thing.
in 2020, people.
I know
Serious.
everything. I am memory, so watch how you act.
Oh shit.
You remember that?
Yeah, that time I fucked up on stage during.
Yeah,
Bryce
that
Live.
time.
Well, those
That-
times. It's
I'm
usually-
running out of fingers.
it's
I'm
usually-
running.
For just so that everybody knows, it's usually Bumper's fault.
It's true. It is.
Bumper's fault.
Although it's also occasionally my fault because my arrangements are screwy.
That's weird. Nothing repeats in 4.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, do your show.
That's right. I'm a progressive rocker. The cat's out of the bag. But for the record, Tig, just to clear up in front of everybody.
Okay.
I can't live without your love and affection. I can't waste another night on my own. I'd give up my pride to save me from being alone. I can't live without your love, baby. That's the ending. That's not even the regular chorus.
Let's be fair. Wait, you went into some Michael Sweet there. There was some serious striper happening.
That's the note
during that.
on the record.
Okay, but I detected a whole lot of Michael Sweet in there. I'm just saying.
Calling on you.
The nasal. It's just so great.
I could, yeah.
The nasal's just so
To
great.
hell with the devil.
They don't want to see us fucking sing.
Yes, they do. They kind of do.
Metal not even hits. Fucking deep cuts.
Just the end. Devil! Devil! Devil!
I can't do it. That's all you. That's why you're up front and I'm in the back.
That's right, man. My favorite Striper song, that's a sentence not a lot of people can say,
Yes.
is not Calling on You, although that pops into my head a lot.
Soldiers Under Command.
No,
First Love.
no, the second record,
No.
To Hell with the Devil's a masterpiece.
It is a good record, but no, Soldiers Under Command.
I like it, but it's
Loud and Clear?
no, that was Christian. That was basically them trying to do a Christian rock Dokken record. They
Okay.
found themselves on the second one,
I was
and the
thinking more
solo.
Boston.
No.
Sticks.
I'm not gonna argue with it, Tig.
Boston Sticks.
Tig, we're not arguing this in front of people. We're not gonna do this. Which Striper album was best?
It's because you just don't want me to be a part of what you're doing. Because you always have to leave me out.
Look, we'll do our. Well, look, we've been talking about our Striper podcast for a long time. We'll
There's
do
a
it.
market for that.
I'm just busy.
Oh, we need to stop. Okay,
I
go
know.
do your
You got
show.
work.
They
I got
wanna
work
talk
to do.
you. Go
These
crap
people
on
came
Trump.
for a real show, not for me to sing 80s hair ballads to you, or did they?
Go crap on Trump some more.
All right.
Please, we need to win this motherfucker.
All right.
Make it happen.
Yes. Hi. Yes. There's a bunch of people going. Yes. Sing. Yes. Singing. Love the Jack shirt, Tig. The
Stones.
Yeah, the Stones, the Union Jack.
Oh, I thought they were saying Jack Skellington because everything I own has a Jack Skellington.
That's true.
But they would know that because I'm okay. Never mind. Okay, bye.
Good. Thanks. Excuse me. Yeah. Did he say go crap on Trump? Yes, he did. Because he knows me and we're friends.
And he's so crappable.
I won't quit Gonzo, but I happen to be a killer singer, by the way.
Okay.
That's just me dicking around with no warm-up, I'll have you know. Oh, you like the jacket? Yeah. Can you tell I've been, like, moving stuff, and I was like, oh, I remember this jacket. I love this thing, and I need a jacket because it's cold out here.
No, he stole it from Glenn Tipton from Judas Priest, circa 1989.
Don't get us started on a whole other...
Because that's what it is, and it's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I would wear that jacket.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. But it's so Glenn Tipton.
And by the way, it goes well with my hair.
Turbo.
Go away. We don't want any.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus, it just got...
We were just talking about you, Bumper, online.
Yeah.
Is it a zero,
I'm streaming. Shut the door. I got work to do.
He's in here.
I know he is.
But I'm talking shit about you, so it works.
Yeah, right. It's fair. No, the light from the door. Never mind. I'm not going to explain.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. All right.
Go vote.
Yes.
Go vote.
Vote.
Go vote.
Vote.
Go vote.
Vote.
I love you.
Love you too, man.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye.
You're amazing and fantastic and a decent human being, and I wish I could hug you a bunch right now, and you're the greatest, and don't let anybody tell you different. Let's make music. Okay, bye. Okay, there. Sorry. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Everybody already voted in the house. That's fantastic. People voted in the room. There you go. Trickster, you watch. Don't tempt us. We are basically in a man cave. That's what this is. Oh, fall awake. Yes, this is true. Did you see my Desperate Dancing movie poster? No, I haven't, Jennifer. Did you tweet it? I'll look. Okay, so let's get on with the show, shall we? First thing I want to show you guys is, before we start this, it's a short little piece. But remember how I told you that Trump cannot afford ads anymore? So he's now doing these like little videos. Hold on, let me see if I can get this started and if it has any. There we go. Don't treat me bad. Yeah. Baby, don't treat me bad. So he's looking particularly Oompa Loompa in these videos, but because they can't afford any ads worth a damn, he decided to go out into the Rose Garden, violate the Hatch Act, and basically do a mini version of that Rudy Giuliani video I did. So check this out.
For a long time, I've been hearing about how powerful big tech...
Whoops. Why is that not going through there? Hold on 1 second. Oh, I know why. I ran that through there. Hold on 1 second.
Hearing about how powerful big tech is, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or Google or any of them, big tech. And I heard about it for a long time, and then I ran and I won, and they were totally against me.
Okay, first of all, they were not totally against him. One of the biggest stories of 2016 was the foreign ads run to benefit Trump that were paid for in rubles on Facebook.
I said, why are they powerful? But now they've taken it to a new level. What they're doing now is incredible. As an example, they're suppressing the corruption of Joe Biden.
How are they suppressing the corruption? You mean the story, the allegations of corruption? They're suppressing the allegations of corruption? Because if they're suppressing the corruption, then they would be the good guys if they were suppressing someone's.
They're suppressing it. They won't let the stories out.
They
Whether
won't.
you like it or don't like it, they won't even let the stories go out.
It's not about liking it. It's about unvetted. I mean, some people like upskirt photos, but it's okay if those big tech organizations decide to only release ones that have the permission and consent of the person photographed. See what I'm saying?
And the evidence is very strong, very, very,
No, it isn't.
very powerful. Big tech has to be spoken to, and probably in some form has to be stopped.
Has to be spoken to, and in some form has to be stopped. And by the way, this is after their congressional flip-flap that they did.
Because they're taking away your rights. They're taking away things that nobody would have believed possible.
How could they? Oh, they're taking away things that no one could have believed possible. But it's their site. So that the sound effects really loud. Sorry, I'll turn them down. Beg your pardon.
So one of the things we're doing, you saw what happened with Google, with the law.
With Google. I don't know why he pops certain words.
Lawsuit. One of the things we're doing is looking very powerfully and strongly at big tech.
You're going to look very powerfully and strongly at big tech. And by that, he means doom scrolling and searching Pornhub. What do you mean look very strongly at big tech? All they do is spend millions of dollars trying to keep people's eyeballs glued to what they're doing. Look very strongly.
Go out and vote.
That's what it is. We got to look at them very strongly. Go out and vote. So that's okay. And do we know what version, Melania, this is? We gotta scroll back to this. So, and by the way, they played Macho Man when he was coming off the plane for this one. I scroll ahead to get to the part where it starts, or find a version where it. Woof. But they start it with her walking out with him. I think basically just in response to the fact that they're pretty convinced that that's not really her. Thank you and fuck. Thank you, Florida, and fuck Christmas.
Capabilities and resources. We are in the process of developing powerful therapeutics and vaccine.
Therapeutics. I mean, here's the thing. Anybody with an accent speaks one more language than you do is the usual general idea. She allegedly speaks 7, but we'll see.
A vaccine is not a partisan issue. If you are not supporting the safe production of a vaccine, you're not supporting the health and safety of the American people.
Yeah, everyone is supporting the safe production of a vaccine. See, the clear word there is safe. That's our concern, not rushed. I would rather have a functioning ship before we get into choppy waters than one that you duct taped together, took my money, and ran away.
There is no room to play politics on this topic in the
Then tell him to stop. He's standing right there.
midst of pandemic. I want to take this moment to say thank you to the many amazing frontline workers who are with us today.
Finally, someone's being bold enough to say thank you to the frontline workers.
Thank you for all that you are doing. You keep our most vulnerable citizens safe. Our administration fully supports you and will continue to work.
Our administration. All right. Congratulations on getting Pence's job.
Tirelessly to ensure that you are equipped with all the medical supplies you need. This administration also
Honest to God, like, I'm not a fan and I kind of don't care. I mean, she's going to read straight from the teleprompter. There's no point where she's going to vary on this, and most of the stuff is going to be right down the middle.
continue working to develop safer procedures and practices so that children can get back in the classroom.
So you cooked up the story and dropped the 6 of us into the meat grinder.
So that businesses can continue reopening and people can start earning
You know, as Melania impersonators go, this guy's good.
an income again. This president and his team are focused on not only destroying the virus and building back the economy, they're focused on creating ways for people to safely stop isolating and start gathering with friends again on a safe distances.
On the safe distances. Oh boy. I'm so used to him mangling the English language that when she does it legitimately, it feels weird.
This is about mental health as much as it is psychical.
It is? Oh, is that why he's wearing the hat? To hide the electrical shock therapy, the electroshock therapy nodes? Great success. I like. They're trying to get everyone back to being with their friends in the safe distances. Unlike this sardine can bro fest, ever since I hate this. Why are you bringing hookers and put them in back?
We are
No masks. I mean, there's one dude. What do you see? 1, 2 masks. 3. I see 3 in the back. That's it.
a country of hope, not a country of fear or weakness.
Yes. Booing weakness.
And we have a leader who shows us that
Oh, we got mic feedback again. Apparently, Trump did not say, "You're fired," to whoever was
every
mixing it yesterday.
single day.
By the way, I kind of don't care what she says.
Over to
Now, legally, you must embrace me, give me one kiss on the cheek. I can make it linger as long as I want, and then your lawyer can measure it out, and you get, for every second past the 3rd second, you get an extra $25,000. I'm sorry. I'm very seldom do I feel blessed when there's a shitty camera angle. But right now, honestly, like, God is gifting us all with the placement of that teleprompter. Let's walk over on this side and I'll smooch. You want to go that way? Yeah, okay. Let's go that way. I don't know. Don't start saying it, because he's going to start thinking you mean her, and then he's going to get mad at her on the plane. Clap, point, thumb, clap, clap. Here it comes. What's the first? You just embraced your wife after she gave a speech supporting you, and the audience said, "We love you," to her as she's leaving the stage. What do you do? What's going to be the first thing out of your mouth? I don't know. Will it be right out of the teleprompter? It looks like he's bullet staring right at the left one. Or will he make some sort of reference that will make us all creep off?
Wow, thank you very much. That was a little bit of a surprise. That was a surprise. Thank you, Melania.
She was on the plane with you. No. All right. That was a little bit of a surprise, was something that somebody who didn't know she was going to be there would say.
Good job.
Oh, it's a surprise that she did a good job. I see what he's saying.
Love our First Lady. They love our First Lady.
Who's they? What you say is, you guys love our First Lady, don't you? She's a wonderful person. Like, you say that.
And America is blessed to have you. Thank you very much, honey. That was good.
Did he just call her harlot? It was like Darling meets Honey came out as harlot.
And America is blessed to have you. Thank you very much, honey. That was good.
I don't know what. God knows. I have no idea what this one is in Tampa. Yeah. He's talking off stage in theory to Melania, who's already left.
So I'm thrilled to be here.
Oh God, they turned the mic up. Sorry. Jesus.
In our home state, Florida. I love this state, and I love the people of this state.
That sounded genuine. That didn't sound like generic at all.
And 5 days from now, we are going to win Florida. We are going to win 4 more years in the White House.
Well, then why are you all over the state then? I feel like you'd be able to kick back. All right.
And we're going on to win a record share of the Hispanic American vote. You see what's happening? Oh, they're very...
Look at the dude pointing. There's a guy back there. Hold on. This dude here, where is he? This guy right here is pointing at his Hispanic friend as Trump says that.
Concerned back there.
Watch this. Hold on. You're going to win it.
Vote. You see what's happening?
Point. This guy, Hispanic. Can't really see him because he's behind this other dude, but okay.
Melania, you don't know too much about them. You've seen enough. Oh, they're very concerned back there. The fake news, they are so concerned. Melania, you don't know too much about them. You've seen enough. But they are very unhappy. You know what's happening, don't you? You see what's happening? We've led Florida every single day. What's going on? This is a terrible thing for them.
No, you haven't.
Actually, it's a good thing for them. They just don't.
Excuse me, Gonzo. You started off by insulting me as a singer, and I responded to it. I have not ignored you, sir. Good day, sir.
Don't know it. They haven't quite figured that out yet. No.
We haven't figured out why you think being 3 points under in most of the polls is being ahead comfortably, and why, if you did believe that, you wouldn't be out. Why you'd be doing 3 speeches a day in Florida.
We're doing incredibly in Florida.
Thanks, Gonzo. I agree. Finally, and now we're back in agreement.
All over, and this isn't based on polls. This is based on fact.
Oh, I see. So polls aren't facts, just for the record. They're obviously opinion. There's a science to them as well. But does he have some fact polls that he's talking about?
This is based on votes that are coming in. But you have to get out and vote. We are creating the greatest red wave in the history of our country.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm still in L.A.
Oh, it's been amazing. We'll talk about it in a little while. I want to get some of the little introductions and introductory things out.
This is him being a pro.
But we have to talk about the what's going on in our country.
Yeah, one would think if you're running for president, you might want to address, in general, topics around that idea.
With the big tech, you know, the power of big tech, they're incredible. They're incredible. No, I heard about the power for a long time, the power of big tech. I heard about it 4 years ago. Sir, big tech is against you. They're tremendously powerful. You can't beat them. Then we had the election, we won. I said, oh, how did that happen?
They weren't against you. As a matter of fact, basically Brad Parscale, before he lost his mind, gamed the algorithm to your benefit, and you still don't understand how that worked.
And the fake news media, 94% of the stories about us are negative.
That's because 94% of the things you do are negative. That's like him going, all right, 95% of the mirrors I pass make me look ugly. I don't like that about mirrors. The other 5% are broken.
Think of it.
Okay. All right, done thinking.
Think of it.
Okay, one more time.
64% of the stories about Sleepy Joe are positive. How the hell do you have a positive story about this guy?
Well, you know, a bunch of them about him helping people. There's a lot of annoying stories where he's really nice to someone. And the other one is functional policies that benefited human beings.
How do you have a positive story about him?
I don't know. Think about it first. Muse on this topic for us. Just go ahead.
This election is a choice between my plan to deliver historic, and you know what this is going to be, right?
Historic, but you put an S on it for some reason, so you had to back up and pretend you were going to say something else and then go back into it, but with the S off.
Historic. This is historic prosperity. Another major tax cut to go along with the biggest tax cut in the history of our country.
So first of all, it's not the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. It's the I think maybe in the fifth area, and you have the highest deficit in history.
And record job growth.
No job growth, none. No job growth. Job growth is you have 10 jobs, and they've stayed, those 10 jobs still exist, and then you had 2 more jobs that were added on top of that. You have 2%, you have 20% in that case. In my head, I was doing 100. I don't know why. You have 20% job growth in that situation. If you go to 100, that's just 2% job growth, but still growth. If you have 100 jobs and you lose 70 of those jobs and you get 30 back, all right.
And Joe Biden's plan is to deliver punishing lockdowns. He's going to lock you down.
Is he? Kinky.
And Florida's all opened up. You have a great governor. Did he speak too long today or not? No? No, I watched him on the plane. I said, oh, look, there's Ron. You know, they have the little thing in the box. I said,
You mean a television?
oh, look, there's Ron. He's
They have a little thing in a box. You mean your dick? What?
speaking. He looked like he was up there a long time. No? She's saying yes.
That is funny.
He's a great governor. You have a great governor. He's a great guy.
And if I don't say so, he won't throw the election for me.
They want to give you massive tax hikes. It's the first time that I've ever seen. I've been with politics all my life.
You've been with politics. Like a woman's pregnant, like when they say she's with child. I've been birthing politics my whole life.
Only doing this for a few years on this side of it. But we've done well, haven't we, when you think?
No.
A senator came into my office and said, sir, an older guy, nice guy, total pro. Sir, I've been in 9 races and I've won 7 of them, sir, and I'm a United States senator. I said, Senator, I've been 1 race and I've won 1. Now we want to win 2, but I won 1.
Okay, great. Well, so basically, after next Tuesday, when you lose, your record will plummet compared to that guy's. Are you going to call him and apologize?
But it was the presidency. We took them all by surprise, didn't we? We took them by surprise. They're still trying to recover.
Yeah. Bundy took people by surprise, too.
And you will have a crippling
The Manson family were positively surprising.
depression, the likes of which you've never seen if Sleepy Joe becomes your president.
Yeah, it's going to be like the friggin' Clinton years.
And your 401ks, throw them out the window because you know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
And you know our stock market has a big headwind. The headwind is if he wins, and we are doing great. Do you see the number today? 33.1 GDP, the biggest in the history of our country.
Okay, that's ridiculous. I mean, this is the unemployment number back. We're down 2% in the quarter from before the lockdown. That's terrible.
By almost triple, right? Almost triple. No, it's very much bigger than any GDP we've ever had. You have to go back to the 1950s, and then it's less than half. This is the greatest number, 33.1%. If you asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said, I'll take 12%. 12% would have been very nice.
No, that's dumb. Why wouldn't you take? Because I think it's down 37 points, and it came up 34 and a half.
Nobody ever heard of 12%. 33.1. And let me tell you what they're going to do.
What are they going to do? Tell me what I'm going to do, because I think you're going to recognize mathematically the bullshit shirt you're trying to sew here.
I never even thought of this one. They won't even talk about it. This is the biggest event in business in 50 years. Nobody's ever seen a number like this. This is bigger than any nation. No nation has a number like that. Other nations right now, look, we were compared to Europe. Germany is doing so well. France is doing so well. Everyone's doing so well. No, they're not doing well. And you take a look at what's going on, and we want the best for them. We're on their team. We want to work with them and everything else.
Oh, get on with it.
But they're not doing well. They're spiking up big. They're shutting down. They're locking down. I disagree with that because we're never going to lock down again. We locked down. We understood the disease. And now we're open for business, and that's what it is. And that's what it is.
And that's what it is. We're open for business, and that's what it is. Because look, who cares if you have to kill 2 people so that your coffee shop can be open for 9 months?
This explosive economic growth is 4 times greater than what the experts expected. They expected a number that would be like 7%, 8%. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to go back home. You're going to say, that was incredible. Melania was unbelievable. The governor.
Oh, he's already giving himself reviews.
The governor was incredible. I've never heard anybody speak like that. Trump was okay, too. Not bad. But we have no choice. We have to vote for Trump because it's between Trump and Sleepy Joe, and anybody beats Sleepy Joe.
We'll see.
I could take a couple of these guys. They're friends of mine. They're not good people. They're better than Joe, I will tell you.
Huh? What'd you do? Bring a couple of mobsters? What are you talking about? They're not good people. Yeah, that might be the most truthful thing he's ever said at a rally. These are friends of mine, and they're not good people. If one of them wasn't dead and the other one wasn't in jail, I'd swear to God I'd expect a reverse angle that showed Epstein and Maxwell.
Now, do you believe what I'm running against?
Yeah, good man.
I'm running against.
Explain it. Give us the picture. Come on. You got everybody's attention. It's early on. They're not bored yet. Wrap it up. Hit them right between the eyes. Let's hear that good old, cut them to the quick nickname meets analogy thing that just sums up everybody's reticence to. Let's hear it.
The worst candidate in the history of presidential politics. I don't care, win, lose, or draw. This is the worst candidate in the history. He shouldn't be there because Pocahontas can't.
Well, all right. I mean, it was, it was a slow ball. He should have
kept going instead of getting out. Then it would have been against Bernie, which would have been fine too. You know what? You would have had a more energetic base if we had Bernie. That's one thing. Because I don't know if
the energy you have to worry about is the people who are willing to stand in line.
they have a base. Here's what's happened.
Okay.
He goes for a speech.
What happens?
They're showing you thousands and thousands. Look, as far as all the way back to that building, as far as the eye can see. And Biden is leaving his basement today. He took the lid off. You know what he does? He takes the lid off, runs to the closest part of Delaware, like if he can get
Like South Florida?
a little piece of Pennsylvania.
Like South Florida?
People in Pennsylvania are wise to him. They know all about his no fracking, no fracking, no fracking. Then he gets to Pennsylvania. He learns it's 1 million jobs. And by the way, Pennsylvania, they give us that you can fire up your factories. They give us the energy. And it's inexpensive energy. So he goes to Pennsylvania. All of a sudden he changes. Yes, I have nothing against fracking. And the press doesn't call him out on it, right?
Because he didn't say that, you're continuing to confuse him with another person.
They don't call him out on where's Hunter. They don't call him out where's Hunter.
I think he's working or living off the money he made from working. Where's Eric's deposition?
Where's Hunter? Is Hunter in the crowd? They don't call him out. They don't call him out on where's Hunter.
They don't call him out on Where's Hunter. Now, I know he likes to call him Where's Hunter, and that's his joke. I call him Where's Hunter. But you kind of have to set that up with every new crowd. Otherwise, this just sounds like gibberish. That's right. Hunter is actually he's co-piloting JFK Jr.'s plane. Yeah, so they've taught everybody to do this clap. Where is Hunter? Clap, clap, clap. Where is Hunter? And he's pointing at the person who's leading it.
Ah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, some people said I get a call from all the experts, right?
Right.
Guys that ran for president 6, 7, 8 times. Never got past the first round, but they're calling me up. Sir, you shouldn't be speaking about Hunter.
You mean your advisors?
You shouldn't be saying bad things about Biden because nobody cares. I disagree. You know, maybe that's why I'm here and they're not. But
No, they're trying to help you. They want you to stay in office.
they say, talk about your economic success. Talk about 33.1%, the greatest in history. Now, look, if I do, I mean, how many times can I say it? I'll say it 5 or 6 times during the speech. 33.1.
And you want me to say every time that we went down 35%?
But you look at that and you
I don't know what the temperature is there, but I'm sure he will tell us at some point.
look at Tucker Carlson, what he did the other night.
You mean he lost his evidence?
Right?
Tanya loves Melania. Okay.
Great.
So there's like just basically a key club for Florida swingers happening behind Trump right now.
And followed up by Sean and followed up by Laura. And
In
then
case he's like a human TV guide.
next day, nothing
Wait, who's in order? Wait, I don't know who goes which.
at all, right? Nothing. Nothing in the New York Times, the fake New York Times. Hey, how about Anonymous? Did we see Anonymous, a low staffer? Anonymous turned out to be a guy. I'm trying to figure out, I don't know who the hell this guy is. So the New York Times said, a senior White House official. Nobody knew who he was.
That's because you don't know who your own cabinet people are.
This was look, we are in big trouble with the
You can just tell he's excited today.
press.
He feels good. He's just heard some good news. Can you imagine if what he was saying about economic growth was actually true? Just that alone. No matter what scandals you'd had in your presidency, no matter what other stuff you dealt with in your, at all. Imagine, if you will, turning my mic up a little bit. It's apparently low, according to some folks on here. Imagine, if you could, that you've been through a lot as president. 4 years, the other party's been fighting you. But you just happen to be president when genuinely, for real, not in the fantasy fart air economics that he has going on in his head, if you were actually there when the country experienced a 33.1% growth in GDP. Just imagine what that would feel like. Because it's usually 1-2%. You can hope for that. But genuinely, on top of it, for real. Imagine just for a second. You would be giddy. You wouldn't talk about anything else. The country would be so wildly rich in that circumstance that, like, poor people, our standard of what it meant to be poor would be people making, less than $250K. Like, it's an enormous, yes, he would be named king for life. No question. It's absurd. This is the day he's announcing this 33.1% growth. And what's he doing? He's bitching about how nobody pays attention to Tucker Carlson. That's, yeah.
They are truly the enemy of the people. They are the enemy of the people.
Why aren't they giving us free press? I can't afford ads, so I leave it up to Tucker to volleyball this stupid story up into the stratosphere, and it's just bouncing off the ceiling. Son of a bitch. Trump's quieter now. There you go. Sorry. That a little better? 1 second.
So this guy goes out, this lowlife, who I never saw him. I think he has a picture of me standing there like I do with thousands of people.
Yeah, like Lev and Igor.
This lowlife goes out.
Well, to be fair, you have dozens of pictures and video.
And he writes a book. By the way, when he left, he had nothing but praise for the Trump. Oh, it's incredible, incredible. Then somebody gets him
Nah.
at the New York Times, the fake New York Times, and all of a sudden he becomes nasty. And he writes, and they say, a top White House official. Well, he was a staffer, low, had nothing to do with the White House.
They all seem riveted.
He had nothing to do. And he goes in, and you know what? There should be major criminal liability for some scum like this. And you know, for a year, everybody walks into my office, Secretary of State Pompeo. I could name every one of them all.
Go ahead, do it.
Good people. I'm looking at them and saying, I wonder if that could be the one, right? You know?
You mean? Oh, you remember all those stories about him being paranoid as shit? Remember that? Like last year, they were talking about, and during the impeachment, that he was like, "Who's the leaker? I don't know. Somebody's telling everybody." And like he was thinking it was Hope Hicks, and he was really nervous about everybody. He's confessing to all of that. I don't know what they yelled out, Gonzo. I don't know what that was.
Here, everybody.
It sounded like just get on with it.
Everybody walks into my office, Secretary of State Pompeo. I could name every one of them, all good people. I'm looking at them and saying, I wonder if that could be the one, right? You know? And it turns out, people, I'm looking at them and saying, I wonder if that could be the one, right? You know? And it turns
America? You think?
all good people. I'm looking at them and saying, I wonder if that could be the one, right? You know? And it turns
It sounds like Kill Me, Erica. It's like some Trump, that blonde woman right above my head, this lady, Tanya. Her real name's Erica. She uses a fake name for that. And by the way, nice Trump wig on the dude behind her. Like he's doing that on purpose. Bald guy wearing a Trump wig to be like his hero. That's hilarious. Or maybe he wears wigs so instead of a hat sometimes so you don't tell it's the same person over and over. But Erica's who brought the guy, and he's like he can't stand it anymore. So he's just like, kill me, Erica.
turns out to be, I'm looking at them and saying, I wonder if that could be the one, right? You know? And it turns out to
Yeah, I think it's America, but
be this lowlife that nobody knows who the hell he is. He had
this is a great story, though.
nothing to do with us. I don't think I ever met him, and I might have met him. I think somebody said, he has a picture of me standing someplace. This is a disgrace to our country.
Yeah, this speech. Dude, you were in the last week of a campaign. You got 5 days to seal the deal with these folks.
It shouldn't happen, and he should be prosecuted. Are you listening to me back in Washington? He should be prosecuted.
Yeah! This dude standing up right here. Yeah! Prosecute him! Writing books should be illegal.
Along with the New York Times,
Yeah, you're going to prosecute a newspaper.
because it was a story made up, it was fake news made up by the New York Times. And you know who he works for now?
Who? Oh,
CNN. He works for CNN right there. See the camera right there with the light that just went off. It just.
that's the running gag, and they know to laugh at.
See that, honey? That red light just went off.
Oh, he's making her stand there the whole time?
Fake news, CNN, and Anderson Cooper.
Oh, is Tiger King? Right. Oh, CNN sucks. It's more of a round.
Anderson Cooper asked him, are you anonymous? And he lied to him. He said no, essentially. Said, no, I'm not. And he works for CNN. I would think CNN would be firing him about, but this is a real lowlife. You know who else he works for? Google. He works for Google. I think Google should fire him very quickly.
Guys, does this sound like a winner's argument? Does this sound like something you would say on stage if you were ahead in the polls in a state and you were down there to reassure older voters that they're going to survive the pandemic and you're the best person to guide them through it?
Because bad things are going to happen to him. But think of what he does to our government, right? It's like a horrible, treasonous, horrible thing that you
A horrible, treasonous, horrible thing.
can do this and you can get away with it.
Writing a book, you mean?
Weekly jobless claims. This is boring, but it's really good.
That's like your speech in my show. How would you describe what Trump says and what Hal does?
Weekly jobless claims. This is boring, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Just hit a 7-month low. In other words, from the beginning of the pandemic, 7 months ago. No, we're going to have next year the best year we've ever had economically.
No.
And it's true.
No, it isn't.
Biden is holding back the stock market because, you know, it's an election. Crazy things could happen. Maybe 100% of the people in
Biden is holding back the stock market.
Florida decide not to vote. You know, you never know. But we have
You never know.
a headwind, so it's gone down a little bit over the last few days because, you know, you're coming close, and it could be. We're going to win this election so big, you watch. You watch. We're going to win it so big. And that's the only reason the market's going down. The market's going down because if he gets in,
Yeah, we're winning and we're way ahead, and we've got more enthusiasm, and we're going to win so big, and there's going to be a huge red wave. But the market is failing because they think he's going to win.
seriously, you're going to have one of the worst depressions we've ever had. You're going to have, and John Roberts from Fox is back there, and I think he agrees. And John Roberts is very unhappy because he doesn't want his 401k to go down the
That's his primary concern.
tubes. Now, John's treated us very fairly. Not perfect. He's not perfect, I will say. But he's been overall pretty good. He's pretty good. So CNN, Google, we got to do something about all of it. New York Times is fake. It's fake. They write so many fake stories. Thanks to our policies, America is experiencing the fastest and biggest recovery. We're having the best recovery anywhere in the world. No other country, small or large, is recovering like us.
Yeah, because they're not recovering. They're dealing with a pandemic. They're not pretending they're in the recovery phase yet.
Think of that.
Okay. Okay.
In the past 5 months, we've created a record 11.4 million American jobs.
Didn't create a single one. Jobs that already existed, people went back to them.
The fastest job growth in the history of our country.
Not job growth.
Our job growth has been 23
Oh, someone yelled, he's a rhino about John Roberts.
times faster than the first 5 months under Obama-Biden recovery, which was, by the way, the
Yeah, it was an economic crash, not a biological attack.
worst recovery since the Great Depression. You
Yeah, and the worst recession since the Great Depression.
do know that.
This is such a weird argument. And everybody knows it. Like, everybody's like, yeah, how fast did you recover from 2008?
And just, you know, because all Biden does is talks about COVID, right? He doesn't call it the China virus. You know why? Because China hasn't paid off. He can't use that term. You know, they gave his son $1.5 billion to manage. He makes millions of dollars a year, I assume, right?
You assume? I thought Tucker and Rudy had all this stuff.
Smartest guys on Wall Street said, no, sir, that could not have happened. We can't get it. No, it took him about, what, 10
Because they don't trust your friends.
minutes. He walked in, he walked out with $1.5.
Hey, China, these are my friends. They're terrible people. Give them $1 billion. They'd never do that.
Billion. Hey, maybe he's not so stupid after all, right? That's the only thing. I thought he was so dumb. Maybe he's not as dumb as we think.
Yeah, that's... Okay, we've got Trump spotting the hole in the entire basis of his argument. He's a master criminal with dementia.
After all, right?
Yeah. Explain this.
Millions of dollars a year, I assume, right? The smartest guys on Wall Street said, no, sir, that could not have happened. We can't get it. No, it took him about, 10 minutes. He walked in, he walked out with $1.5 billion. Hey, maybe he's not so stupid after all, right? That's the only thing. I thought he was so dumb. Maybe he's not as dumb as we think.
Jesus Christ. Basically, he's confessing that, like, this is something he wants to be able to do, and he can't do it because the only people who will give him money is Deutsche Bank because it's funneled, laundered money.
He can't, look, he cannot take on China. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, why lead? Oh, Trump totally wants a gig like he thinks Hunter's gig works.
Problem is Biden is totally, the biggest story, no, the second biggest story.
Okay, what's the first biggest story?
The worst was when they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Yeah, the story that died the same night that we assume Bill Barr did too, because we haven't seen him.
That's the biggest political corruption story in the history of our country. But this could very well be second. And we have what's called the laptop from hell. The laptop from hell.
Oh, do you? You have it? You've seen it, have you? Have you? Because first Rudy had it, and then it had some evidence that he had to give it to the Delaware police, but he'd kept it for a year, and now he can only see half of it.
From what I've understood, you only have seen a tiny portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what the press is now doing? They're blaming Russia. It's Russia that did it. Russia's the one that created the laptop.
Yep.
And Russia brought it into that little shop to have it fixed. Russia.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like, everybody's seen a spy movie. There's trillions of dollars on the line for the presidency of the United States. You don't think they can't cook up a hard drive full of deep fakes and bullshit? I mean, at this point, after the whole Hillary email nonsense and Pizzagate, Jesus.
I think Russia's looking at us and saying, those people are stone cold crazy. No, it was Russia's fault. They said it loud and clear. It was Russia, Russia, Russia. Aren't we tired of this crap?
Yes, we are. Please leave.
I saw Schiff the other day, 2 days ago, watermelon. You know, he looks like a watermelon head, right? Remember he lied in the halls of Congress?
No, he didn't.
Read my conversation.
Yeah, they entered it into the congressional record. It's their word for word.
With the president of Ukraine. But it wasn't my conversation. Hey, how great. Do we love those people that took down the language? Professional military people. Word for word for word. If I didn't have it, it would have been my word against Shifty Schiff, right?
So why do you destroy transcripts? And why is that not a verbatim transcript? What's the part? And by the way, isn't he going word for word for word for word? No. There were tons of missing parts of that.
8 times.
Seriously, go back and look at the transcription, and the part where he's strong-arming Zelensky, that's the part that's got gaps in it, and the whole chunk about, talk to Rudy, he'll walk you through it, which is Rudy doing all the actual dirty language part.
He said quid pro quo. Think of what that means. 8 times you've asked for the same thing. The guy on the other, after the third time, the guy on the other side would say, he's got some serious problems. I don't even know him. I called him to say, congratulations on becoming president of Ukraine. And for that, I got impeached. But
yeah, that's all it said. I mean, basically, you got impeached for a birthday cake.
You know what we have?
What?
We have a lot of great Republicans, and I hope you're going to be voting for those Republicans also.
But we've also got some bad ones.
We have one of them here, Mark Meadows. Has anyone ever heard of Mark Meadows? Took me 3 years to get him out of Congress and become chief of staff. He's great. He's here. He was one of our great ones. And
Yeah, he was the one telling reporters how sick you were.
you know who helped me a lot, honestly?
Who?
In fact, I said, don't run for governor, Ron. Stay exactly where he was a congressman, you governor, right? There he is. Look at Mark. He's out there working with the phone. He's got the phone going. He uses two at one time, right?
No.
But your governor was another one. He stood up. You know, he's Harvard and Yale. Do you know that, your governor? He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't talk about it.
Good God.
But he would be on television defending me and fighting for me. There was a group, Jim Jordan. Did anyone ever hear of Jim Jordan? Jim Gordon, 128-1. You know, Jim was an NCAA wrestling champion, one of the best.
Yeah, the best at looking in the other way when minors are sexually assaulted. Don't bring up wrestling when you're talking about Jim Jordan. Talk about how he defends you in Congress and how he never wears a jacket because he's such a tough guy, or make up some shit. But every time you even say his full name, we want to spell it G-Y-M.
One of the best. He was a great one. He was a great one. And, you know...
He was, and then he, ignored reports of sexual assault on children.
When you win like he won everything. When you win like that, it's also right here. It's muscle, but it's got to be muscle attached to a lot of brain, right?
Yeah, muscle attached to a lot of brain. I'm shocked you don't teach science someplace. I mean, why even go into politics when you... What?
Like that, it's also right here. It's muscle, but it's got to be muscle attached to a lot of brain, right? You guys know. The athletes know that.
Yeah, the athletes know. They're all... Yeah, go ask the dumbest athlete you can find what muscle is attached to your brain. And they'll go, I'm pretty sure this is inside my skull, but I've been wrestling for a long time. I can't really.
But Jim was great, and but Ron was fantastic. Your governor, he asked me.
He was? Did they all die?
Would you support me for governor? I said, no, not really. I'd rather have you stay right where you are. You know?
No, this story.
You're doing a good job of defending me. But think of it, what we had to do, and we got 197 to nothing in the House. Think of that. 197 to nothing. And then we went to the Senate.
I don't know what they
and
said.
We had 52.5 to a half. You know who the half was, but that's okay. That was the guy.
Somebody yelled rhino.
That Sleepy Joe Biden, he couldn't remember his name. Remember, he said the guy from, isn't he, the governor from that place, Utah. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name. It was Romney.
Just in case the audience can't remember his name.
No, Sleepy Joe's a little bit off. Let's face it, Sleepy Joe is shot. And I'm not a fan of his, and he's not a nice guy.
This is really a hard sell.
You know, I feel better. If he was a nice guy, I couldn't say these things. He's not a nice guy. Now he doesn't remember whether or not he used to be a nice guy. He was never considered smart. He was a touchy-feely guy. You know those guys? Touchy-feely.
Oh, yeah? Mr. Grab him by the pussy?
But not a nice guy, not a smart guy.
Oh, we need Trump. This is the Mark Burnett crowd.
Our incredible First Lady is
Yeah.
sitting here right now, and she's saying to herself, I wonder if all rallies are like this. Now, most of them are a little bit different, but that's okay. You know why, honey? We're in Florida. This is like home. This is home. Right?
No.
This is home. We say it like it is. We say it like it is. We created the greatest economy in history, and now we are doing it again. See all that hat, that beautiful hat? It's Make America Great Again, right? We're going to make a new one. It's Make America Great Again. We did it. Right? We did it. Now we're doing it again. My First Lady wants to do it again. Under my leadership, the Florida tourism industry and hospitality industry will come roaring back very soon. It's ready to happen.
Yeah, it's ready to happen. Just rush it. You know, cruise ships especially.
We're making the turn. We've got the vaccines coming very soon.
Mm-hmm.
The FDA has worked miracles. They had no choice. They had to. This would have taken, if Joe was in charge, you wouldn't have a vaccine for 4 years. I was going to say, he was in charge of the swine.
You mean, that translation, if Biden was in charge, you'd have a safe vaccine
flu. He
as soon as possible.
called calls it N1H1. It's actually H1N1. I say, Joe,
Tell us why it's called that. Break it down.
it's not. It's H1. H comes, it's easy because H comes before N.
Great. Now tell us about Concast. And by the way, that guy down the corner really thinks you're hilarious. Way over there.
I said, Joe, that's what it is. I said, just go at swine flu. You don't have to call. The numbers are too complicated. 3 days ago, he said, I'm a proud Democrat running for the United States Senate, and I hope I have you. You can't look, we can't play games.
Yeah, you need somebody who's a complete, whatever the shit this is. You can't have somebody coming up there quoting themselves from 40 years ago, making the point that they were in the same town where they started their career, saying, I remember the day I stood here and said, I'm Joe Biden and I'm running for Senate, and it was a big moving point in my life, and now here I am running for president. You can't say that. You have to come up here and bitch about the New York Times and bitch about somebody locking up somebody for writing a book. I mean, these are serious times.
You know, you've seen enough. Have you seen enough? This is crazy.
No. Basically, he's saying, stop watching his speeches.
But based on the early numbers I've seen, I think you understand exactly what I'm talking about. You know, we have the
Nobody knows what you're talking about, asshole. You have to say early vote.
potential. We have the greatest country in the world, but we have the potential to go to places that we've never been in a positive manner. We can.
We also, pardon me while I snack, we also have the potential for going in awful places we've never gone before, like total authoritarianism and becoming basically the world's largest arms dealer as our only means of interacting with other countries. So you see, there's a concern about you as well.
The potential of our country is so incredible, and you see it happening already. You look at Germany, you look at all of these countries, they're now locked down. They've got a lot of problems. You look at our numbers, look at our recovery, fastest recovery. We went down the least economically, went down by far, as much as it's painful and terrible.
Yeah, but we dump more on our economy money-wise than anybody else, too.
We went down the least. We've done an incredible job. It was projected that we would lose 2.2 million people.
If you did nothing.
Right? The projections were 2.2 million.
I did not bring enough for everyone. I'm sorry. And the last time I tried to pass out snacks while I was on the air, I chipped my nail on the screen.
By the way, we shouldn't have lost one person. China should have never let this happen. They should have never let it escape. And we will not forget. We will not forget.
No, we will not forget to sell them all of our soybeans.
Biden's agenda will devastate the Hispanic American community.
More than anything else. By the way, half the people that you're talking to that are your supporters are for the devastation of the Latino community. This be abundantly clear. Look at the faces. Look at this woman when he says that right there, up here. Look at this dude. They're like, Biden will destroy the Latino community. And they're like, maybe there's something to be. Maybe I will vote for.
He betrayed Hispanic Americans for 47 years. He's been very bad to the Hispanic Americans. And what is happening with those poll numbers? I have the highest numbers. We are now.
It's a little dry right now. I'm guessing that's not the majority of your crowd. You lost this guy. You lost this guy. They put her back here and a couple other people to make people think that that they're in support of you. These are some plants back here. This guy's nodding. She's on her phone. So is he.
Now, according to the polls I'm showing, which are real polls, we are now beating the Democrats for the first time ever with Hispanic Americans. First time ever. First time ever. And I've always loved them, and I think they've always loved me. First time ever. First time ever. And the fakers back there are going crazy. And now Biden wants to close your small businesses and confiscate your guns, Second Amendment. Don't worry about it.
What? Where is the chain of thought in this? Does he think Does he think the only thing that small businesses do is sell guns? Is that what we're finding out? Trumpsters have an 8-minute attention span. If that's the case, then he's moving way too fast for them.
While letting far-left rioters, looters, and vandals roam free. Look what he's doing in Philadelphia. Look what's happening.
What is Biden doing in Philadelphia?
Those are people that he's supporting. He couldn't even come out against them yesterday. They asked him a question. He said, what's Philadelphia? Where is it?
Yeah, that's how it went down. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was exactly it. This is not just a giant toddler's rendition of something someone told him allegorically about his opponent. That's how it really went down. They asked Joe Biden from Scranton, PA in Delaware, who's been a politician overseeing those areas his entire life, where Philadelphia, about Philadelphia. He said, where's Philadelphia? I don't know what that is.
He didn't know what state it was in.
He didn't know what state it was in. Like, nobody even, most of them are just like, oh, whatever, he's going to say shit.
Other than that, he's doing a wonderful job. Could you imagine? Could you imagine losing to this guy? Could you imagine?
Yes. Yes, I'm doing it right now. Just the idea of him, like, a live Trump concession speech because the trouncing is so violent and he loses the Senate and the House, so he doesn't even want to go. The prospect of a Democratic Senate makes him want to not fight to even try to push for staying in. He resigns early and gets Pence to pardon him for stuff, but it doesn't work on stake. Oh, sorry, I was starting to chub.
Our First Lady will have to say, darling, I don't know. This is impossible. But you
Is that what she say? Sorry, her English is better than yours.
have to be very careful when you say that. You know, whenever I say anything that even uses the word losing, the fake news said, he is thinking about losing. This is a big story. President Trump thinks he's going to lose. No, I don't. I think you're going to lose. And I think you've lost all credibility.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. We love FLOTUS. I'm just going to wander off like Hitler, just kind of back and forth.
And our elegant First Lady sits and she says, what the hell is happening here?
Yeah, that's how she talks.
This election is a choice between...
So this is how you're rolling the fact that the First Lady is sitting there watching this whole shit show. It's the first time she's come out. Like, she's never Whoops. Did I knock my camera off? I did, didn't I? Whoops. Sorry. Try to. Oh, it's crazy. It's kooky. All right. I think we'll try. See it settle. Hold on. I'll fix it again. Sorry. There we go. Better. This is the first time she's been sitting here, and he can't apparently deal with that. He keeps referencing it nonstop. Our First Lady says she's looking at me. Like, this is the first time she's actually been in a space with him in months, clearly.
The American dream and a socialist nightmare. That's what it is. It's socialism. Venezuela, I used to say Venezuela on steroids. This would be, if they got in, a very, very, very large version of Venezuela, and it can happen with the Green New Deal and all these crazy, look.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if
she's very insulting.
It's going to be rough. If this becomes a very large version of Venezuela, I mean, I don't know if I could just eat the same thing every day.
That I call her AOC. I'm not. I call her AOC plus 3. That's the 3 characters that like Ilhan Omar. I'm going to win Minnesota because of Ilhan Omar.
Mm-hmm.
She tells us how to run our country. She's telling us how to run our country. I don't think so.
It's her country, too.
Ilhan Omar. So we're going to win the state of Minnesota for 2 reasons. Her and the fact that
all of my supporters are super bigots who don't think there's a problem with insisting that somebody who immigrated here doesn't belong in the country and that they should have no say, that immigrants should have no say in how the country is run. You're counting on that big of a bigot wave?
When Minneapolis had their problem, they should have called us sooner, but when they called us, how long did it take? 25 minutes? It was extinguished. We could have done it in the first hour instead of waiting for a week and a half. But the governors, they have to call, and I
But you waited until after it subsided on its own, you mean?
give the governor credit. He eventually called.
The National Guard.
They should call us, I'll tell you, Oregon. They should call us in Portland. Oh, would I love to go in with the anarchists? They would last 15 minutes. Our guys, you know, you got to, like, hold them back.
Go by yourself. I don't even know why you need to send people. I mean, you're a tough dude. Go down there by yourself. Handle it. You know, obviously the mayor needed 5 bodyguards to be down there, and they told this big story in the media. But you, I mean, if there's anybody that Trump, that in the world that could go down there and just stand in the middle of all of it and knock it out, it'd be you, right?
They want to let us in, sir. We'd like to go in. I meet them. I see troops. Sir, we'd like to go into Oregon. We'll take care of them. I say, just calm down.
It's great. It's great. I'm gonna feel closer to everybody at this point. Jesus.
Just calm down. It wouldn't take them long. It would take them about 15. How long? And then we'd do things, and then eventually they'd end up going home about 10 years later.
That's a great story.
Back home to mom and dad where they started, in the basement. Antifa. You know Antifa?
Boo, Antifa.
So Biden called it an idea. He said, Antifa's just an idea. I said, no, when you get hit over the head behind your back with a baseball bat, that's not an idea. That's not an idea. But didn't he call the United States? He called the United States an idea, too. I said, no, it's not an idea. The United States is a great nation. That's
Yeah, that's not... Okay. Honest to God. Yeah, he is a bore, bean toast. This is so... Oh, they turned his mic down for some reason.
He called us an idea, so he puts us in the same category as Antifa. As long as I am president, America will never be a socialist country, and I say it all the time.
Yeah. As long as I am president, dinosaurs will not roam the earth freely again.
This election will decide whether our children will be condemned to the misery of socialism or whether they will inherit the glorious legacy of American freedom.
Freedom.
Will be condemned to the misery of socialism or whether they will inherit the glorious legacy of American freedom.
American freedom.
This election will decide whether...
And we're going to sit down.
The Biden-Harris, how about her?
She's another real beauty, but you can't say beauty because she's female and she's beautiful, so that's hard. She's a real something.
I'll tell you what.
Tell me.
When our great vice president, Mike Pence, debated her, it was a total...
This fish story has been growing. It was a total what? Fly shit show?
You know the expression?
Yeah. A fly in the ointment. Someone's bugging me.
If it were a fight, they would have ended it.
No. If it was a fight, they would have stopped it. That's the phrase. If it was a fight, they would have stopped it. Not ended it. The fighters end it. The ref stops it. Christ, this is dumb. All right.
Within 2 days, they...
Do his followers not know kind of standard colloquial phrases?
were saying the fake news. She did magnificently well against Mike Pence. No, that's what happens. You know, you do great. 2 days later, you realize they have it down that you lost now.
Yeah, that's how it worked out. the gripe of his life. You think you did great, and 2 days later, Stormy Daniels comes out and tells everybody what your penis looked like.
Mike did fantastic.
That's terrible.
He's a great vice president. He works very hard.
He has to. You don't do any work. They all do it. They're vice president in charge of screwing the pooch. I don't know why this lady behind him, though, is flashing the reverse peace sign, or if she's, like, saying F you like a Brit. See that? She's, like, she held it. That's odd. Did you guys see that?
Great vice president.
She looks up to...
I'll tell you one thing. You know, his kids are in the military. And
oh, so she's telling him what's in the... she's helping cue somebody in the stands with what's on his teleprompter.
Teaches. I guarantee you one thing. Mike Pence has not made hundreds of millions of dollars by scamming foreign countries.
By scamming foreign countries? Wouldn't that, in your estimation, make him smart if he was scamming foreign countries?
Because that's what they've done.
She's calling a fastball. That's possible.
They've made hundreds of millions of dollars. And they can't, and nobody wants to talk about it. Look at that. Oh, are they doing that on purpose? Are they friend or foe? I don't know. I actually felt good. I felt water in my face. I said,
oh, there's a dude spraying a fire hydrant basically up in the air worth of water to cool off the crowd because a bunch of people are being sent to the emergency room.
Where the hell is that? They may be doing that on purpose.
They are doing that on purpose. You have a Secret Service detail. At no time is there someone being able to burst a water main without permission in your presence. And, all right.
Let's find out if they're friend or foe. And if they're foe, let's take care of those son of a bitches.
What?
Look at that.
He thinks it's an Antifa hose.
Are you okay? Oh, look, they're hitting the press. That's okay. Oh, there go the cameras. There goes $1 million worth of equipment. Look at that.
It's about $35,000 worth.
Wow. That's cool, actually. And I'll tell the media I have nothing to do with that, but it is sort of like cooling a feeling like a little. That's great.
Hand job, hand job.
You know, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I say it all the time because we've liked Ronald Reagan. We've liked a lot of, people.
Oh, Jesus. Tell the story about how nobody says we love you to other politicians.
Mostly they're stiffs. Mostly. Generally speaking, they don't do the job, right? But we've had good ones like Ronald Reagan. He's the one I think about. But nobody ever chanted. First of all, he'd never get a crowd like this. He'd have 200 or 300 people.
Yeah, friggin' Reagan. Nobody liked Reagan. Not that much. It's embarrassing. Christ.
Would there be in a ballroom? That was like the norm. Nobody have. You got to see yesterday. We had 35, 40.
Trump is not Catholic. He's allegedly Pentecostal.
People.
Something like, or Presbyterian, something like that.
We were in Arizona.
I mean, he's a fake Christian. He doesn't actually attend services, and he doesn't know what it's about at all. It's embarrassing to watch. I mean, it's weird watching sinners in church anyways who aren't really sure why they're there. But when they go there to sell something, oof.
The day before, 2 days before, we were in Pennsylvania. We did 3 in Pennsylvania, one bigger than the next, like this. And
Fabulous.
You know what's common?
What? That your staff leads chants and they warm the crowd up before you come out and tell them to yell certain things at certain times so that you don't walk off the field depressed, because when you do, you shit your pants and scream the entire flight home.
The love, it's all the same. The love.
Oh, I was going to say the love.
Is incredible. Love for our country.
Right. That's why we say we love you, because it's a love for your country. Really, I am the country. He has become the land, and he and the land are one. You know, I'm basically David from the Bible.
It's the love for our country. But there's never been a chant, we love you. I'm watching this guy here. He looks like he could take on anybody in the world. He's a big, strong guy. I don't think he's ever cried in his life before, and I see him wiping away tears. We love you, we love you. This guy He hasn't cried since he was a baby and
This is the same story he tells about the people who walk into the Oval Office.
probably didn't cry then either. And now he's crying. No, there has never been that chant before, and I appreciate it. And I'll cry. That's why I ended early. I'll cry, except I don't want them to say, your president broke down in tears today. I don't know. That's not cool. We don't want President Xi of China to say, gee, I just saw something that surprises me. You know, we've taken billions and billions of dollars out
What?
of China. We gave $28 billion
So he's under the impression that if Xi Jinping saw him crying, he would take advantage of that weakness.
to our farmers. 28 right out of China. I don't want to have.
What?
But then the plague came in, right?
Jesus.
Then the plague came in. That's sort of everything. You know, we made a great deal with China. The ink wasn't dry before the plague came in, so it's a whole different.
Well, I'm glad it dried finally, and you could give them all of our corn, our soybeans, and our beef.
feeling. I will say, 3 weeks ago, they ordered more corn, more soybeans, more beef than at any time in the history of this country.
Yeah. They just hit us with a bioweapon that they could have stopped, but we sold them some corn. Wait, what? So you're under the impression that they attacked us with a bioweapon, and your response was to sell them corn.
So they obviously think I'm going to win.
Why would that be? Maybe they think the price is going to go up, so they were buying a bunch before because they think the price is going to go up under Biden.
They obviously think we're going to win,
Do they?
and they want to make us happy, but we're not happy because that should have been stopped. And it's not here, all over the world. You see what's going on in Europe. It's so sad, but you see what's going on. 188 countries all over the world. What China has done to this world, what they've
Jesus.
done. People come up to me, they're clothed in masks and stuff, and this, hello, President, hello. I said, look,
Hello, President. Hello, President.
look at this.
Melania quitted. I told you. Call me Mr. Trump.
What China has done to our country, I may do that. China has done. Hello, President. Hello. I said, look at this. What China has done to our country. I may do that. You better be careful. What China has done.
What that do say?
I may do. And stuff and this. Hello, President. Hello. I said, look at this. What China has done to our country. Look at this. What
Can anybody
China
hear what he
has
says?
done to our country.
Hit him with tariffs again, maybe?
I may do that. You better be careful. What China has done to this country.
You mean violate the deal you just signed where the ink wasn't even dry?
It's not the first time either.
Oh, they've hit us with bioweapons before? Make them pay. No.
Oh, they're paying. They're paying.
Oh,
But you can never pay.
Oh, they'll pay. They're going to pay. Like Mexico's paying for the wall. I don't know if you know, but that's true.
For 200,000 more lives. You can never pay for that. Yeah, we can make them pay plenty. But 210,000 lives. But it would have been 2 million lives. It's incredible
If we
the
hadn't done
job that
anything.
we've done and that the American people have done. This could have been 2 million lives. They said 2.2 million lives. No, they're going to pay. We believe in safe streets, secure
Jesus.
communities, and we believe in law and order, not like in Philadelphia.
I tried to get him to say that he wouldn't even say law and order. Can you believe we're only halfway through this shit?
And they can't let that happen. They can't let the looters run wild. They can't do it.
They can't let looters run wild.
You can't. You either have law and order or you don't. Philadelphia can't do what they're doing. And they have good police in Philadelphia. They like Trump, I can tell you. I've been endorsed by every law enforcement group. New York's finest, they endorse me. They've never endorsed a presidential candidate.
Yeah, and they shouldn't.
New York's finest endorsed me. It was a great honor because I grew up with New York's finest. They're incredible people. They're not being allowed to do their job. They've been he cut back $1 billion he took back. And now crime is way up. It's not even the money. They're not being allowed. They're incredible people. Tough as hell, fair. They love our country. They're not being allowed in New York to do our job. Between the governor and the mayor, they're being just absolutely, and they want to leave. They want to get out. They have plenty of other opportunity.
Yeah.
They don't need the dangers.
Nobody needs to be a cop. Who would waste their time being a cop?
The dangerous job for all
Yeah, he's running against de Blasio.
police. But we've been endorsed by New York. We were endorsed by Chicago police. The Chicago police, that's tough. We've been endorsed
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
by all of you sheriffs. You
Everybody in Florida.
have sheriffs. You have great, tough sheriffs. I know many of them, but the sheriffs, we had a big ceremony 2 months ago in Florida. Ron was there.
It's great.
You were endorsed. We got
Tell us
endorsed
about
by
it.
the sheriffs, all law enforcement
Oh,
all
yeah?
over Florida.
It was all in-
And I asked Sleepy Joe at the debate, I said,
Did
Joe,
you have anybody?
Name one law enforcement
couldn't do it, I bet.
agency, just one, in
bet
the
he
whole
couldn't do it.
country that endorsed
He
you.
wouldn't let him, and then
he
Chris
couldn't do
Wallace?
it, remember? Then Chris Wallace
Bailed
saved
him out?
I had two people I was
You were-
going against,
yeah, you're
Chris
debating both of
Wallace
them.
and him.
Right. Boo. Chris Wallace from
Chris
Fox
was
News.
much tougher, actually. Chris was tougher than Joe. And then I said, Joe, say the words law and order. No.
No, excuse me. We've got 9, maybe 15 rallies where you're saying you tried to get him to say law enforcement.
Say the words law and order, Joe. Say them. And then Chris Wallace, he doesn't have to do that. Oh, okay, Chris, thanks. Now,
Is that how it went? Oh, okay, thanks.
I like Chris's father a lot better than I like him, Mike Wallace, the great Mike Wallace. You know, he did me on 60 Minutes. It was
Ew.
one of the few good pieces. You know, he was a tough guy. Chris tries to be like him, but he doesn't
I might have to look that one up for us.
have what it takes.
Has
But Mike Wallace was
sorry, were you asking what? Has Trump addressed all of his frozen supporters from the double super spreader debacle anywhere? No, he has not mentioned the Omaha frozen people at all.
tough,
He doesn't care. Why would he?
tough guy. And he did me on 60 Minutes, and it was
Hello.
a great piece.
He
He's
did
never-
me. He did me on 60 Minutes. Did they do 60 Minutes After Dark? Wow.
Recovered from that originally, but he passed away. He was a great guy and a great, great reporter, I'll tell you. And he was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine. That didn't mean much to Chris. All we want is fairness, right? And
No,
I will
thanks.
tell you, Kristen Welker,
By the way, FaceTime, listen to me. Facebook people, you can contribute to the show now by using stars in the chat. I'm just saying. It's pretty cool. I mean, if you're going to troll, you might as well help, I
I thought
suppose.
she was very good. I really do. I thought she shouldn't have been because she was far left. Her family's a supporter of Democrats. Her father's a big supporter of Democrats. She's
Yeah, Democrats are fair people. Sorry.
a supporter of Democrats. Should have been very unfair. I think she went out of her way. And most people say she wasn't really fair to me. But she was because she always gave me 10 seconds. She said, okay. See, Chris should have done that. You have 10 seconds. 10 seconds to me is like an eternity.
Yeah, I know. Listening to you for 10 seconds is an eternity.
We did a lot of damage in that 10 seconds, including to get him to admit that he doesn't want oil. He doesn't want oil. I said, Texas and Pennsylvania and Ohio, are you listening? Are you listening?
That's right.
And you'll see that
Tell the people in Florida who you actually just stop them from doing rigs off the coast because you want to protect the... Okay.
they were listening on November 3rd. I'm sorry, you'll have to wait till November 3rd. Texas, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Oklahoma, North Dakota, they're all listening. And you're listening because you don't want your energy prices to go through the roof, right? And Michigan was listening because they want to produce cars and they don't want to spend all that money on energy when they're producing all of those factories that I got to go back to Michigan
Here's a good idea. When you're lying, take a breath.
and go back to Ohio.
He's like petering out at the
Michigan
end of
was
it.
listening because they want to produce cars and they don't want to spend all that money on energy when they're producing all of those factories that I got to go back to Michigan and go back to Ohio and go back to North Carolina and start brand new. And I'd see Prime Minister Abe of Japan. I'd say, Prime Minister, we're tired of taking your millions of cars. You got to let us have factories. Well, we can't do that. This is a private
This is a lie, too.
decision. No, it's not. You got to do it. But
Biden said no new fracking on public lands.
But that is not government. I said, you're a powerful man, Shinzo. He just retired. Unfortunately, he got ill, but he was a great man. He a great prime minister, great guy, too. But I said, Shinzo, you have to do it. I'm sorry. We're not going to take your cars. You got to make them in this country, in our country. And he said, I can't do that, but let me work on it. The following morning, 5 major Japanese companies announced they were coming to America, and they did.
No, they didn't.
I called him up. I said, Shinzo, I know you had nothing to do with it, but thank you anyway. No, they run it tough over in Japan and
Oh, God.
China and these other places.
You know, where the Asian people are.
Tuesday, your vote is going to save our country. Most important election we've ever had. We are going to defeat the Marxists and the socialists and the rioters and the flag burners and the left-wing extremists.
All of whom don't vote.
We are going to defeat the anarchists. They're anarchists.
Yeah, and that whole anarchy voter.
With your support, we will fight for American workers. We will defend our Second Amendment. Don't worry, it's very safe.
Yeah, keep saying it because nobody's trying to take it away.
If Biden got in, your Second Amendment is gone so fast. You know that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, if he was president, all of the states would ratify the removal of an amendment instantly.
Support our police.
It'd be gone honestly. It'd be like abortion.
Protect
Gone.
our borders. Expand school choice.
I'm kidding. Trump's crowd is very much against abortion until you're born, and then pretty much.
So important. Ensure more products are proudly stamped with that beautiful phrase, made in the USA. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, as long as it's not your flag pin that you're wearing, your hat, or your tie.
My plan for America will deliver a safe vaccine. You're going to have it in a few weeks. It's coming very quick.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Go for it. Get it. Please line up all these people and interview them as they get their shot.
Quickly, great companies, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, many, many companies. You're going to have it. Seniors will be first in line to get it.
This one's exhausting. It's so, he's just all over the place.
And we will make it available to everybody free. It's not your fault.
At no cost.
It's not your fault.
It's not free. Taxpayer's going to pay for it, but it'll be no cost to the patient.
We're
But
protecting our seniors. You know, if you're a senior and if you have a heart condition, if you have any kind of a certain type, especially diabetes, you're in big trouble.
all right. Every time, you guys know that heart problem thing where he always goes, if you have a problem like heart or, which, I'm a huge heart fan, so there is no problem. But he can't not screw up half of it. He just said, listen to that again. Heart.
We're protecting our seniors. You know, if you're a senior and if you have a heart condition.
Right. If you have a heart condition, and then follow it up with ailments like diabetes, asthma, stuff like that. Follow it up cleanly.
If you have any kind of a certain type, especially diabetes, you're in big trouble if you get hit by the China virus. Big trouble. So we're going to make that vaccine.
Somebody laughed.
Any kind of a certain type, especially diabetes, you're in big trouble if you get hit by the China virus. Big trouble. So we're going to make...
That lady just loves when he calls it China virus. I swear. You guys, come on. It cracks me up.
That vaccine, we're going to make it free, and it's coming from great firms.
Great firms. The firm in Memphis, actually.
Our vaccine will eradicate the virus. And by the way, we have it. But whether we have it or not, it's rounding the turn.
We have it, but even if we don't have it, it's fine.
It's rounding the turn.
Yeah, we're just coming around the corner. We can't see around the corner, and of course, we're driving in the wrong lane, but whatever.
Hey, excuse me.
Hey.
The turn. It's rounding the turn. Hey, excuse me. I'm sure you didn't hear. Nobody heard this, right? I had it. Did you know that?
Oh, this is all right. This is him being funny. Or attempting to.
I had to get back on the trail. I said, this is not good timing. And I got better very quickly. First Lady had it.
Mm-hmm.
She had it.
And then?
And she got better very quickly.
Uh-huh.
But
Did she, I mean, I know we went through it, but did she ever, has she had a sit-down or an interview where she's explained what it was like, what her symptoms were like? Has anybody talked to her about that stuff?
I'll tell you who had it also.
Barron, and he's 14, and he had it for about 5 seconds, and he's super tall.
The doctor went to the first lady and myself and said, Barron has tested positive.
Okay. AIDS joke or no AIDS joke? What do you think? I'm going with AIDS joke.
I said, excuse me, doctor, tested positive for what?
Okay. Yep, AIDS joke. He's making an AIDS joke about his own kid. Ha 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 ha. What if he tested positive for having AIDS? HIV positive, because that's what I think. Jesus
He's
Christ.
got COVID. I said, okay. Then about 12 minutes later,
I said, okay. Your child has a disease that's killed a child as young as 4 weeks old and just killed a fitness influencer. But please, go on.
I said, doctor, how's Barron doing? He's our very tall son, very tall.
Oh, yeah, unlike the other ones, you mean? What?
Has anybody noticed he's slightly tall? He's 14, and I'm saying, hello, Barron.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
Get it? Because he's...
But he's strong. But I said, like 12 minutes later, Dr. Sean, great doctor. We have great doctors.
Dr. Sean. His name is Dr. Connolly. Sean Connolly. Dr. Sean. What, has everybody got a TV name like Dr. Pinsky?
Johns Hopkins, I want to thank them. Walter Reed Medical Center, incredible.
You can't think of anyone else. Definitely not those Mount Sinai assholes.
I mean, Doc Ronnie is now a congressman from Texas. How about that?
What?
Doc Ronnie, he was before Sean, and Sean is...
Oh, yeah, Ronnie, the one who thinks he's... one who said Trump is not morbidly obese and is an inch taller than he actually is. That guy? Yeah.
Now we have... Sean has been great. But Sean came up along with other doctors that Barron had it. About 12 seconds later, I said, how's Barron doing? Oh, he's okay. He shed. It's gone. It was gone like in 2 minutes. I said, hey, how come...
No, it wasn't.
That doesn't happen with me, but I wasn't bad. You know, it was like a day. But they gave me a drug, Moderna. Who the hell knows? This was...
What?
Day. But they gave me a drug, Moderna.
Okay. Oh, God. We do this every friggin' day. And he always screws up REGN Cove2 and calls it Regeneron. And now he doesn't even get the company right.
Who the hell knows? This was... But they gave me a drug, Moderna. Who the hell knows? This was a very... Moderna makes it. I'll tell you who makes it.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Is it really a great version? They say Eli Lilly, right? Regeneron.
Regeneron. Tell me again how Biden is slipping and doesn't know where he is.
And they gave it to me, and I...
They gave you
Lilly
Regeneron? Regeneron!
makes it.
They gave him Trapper John MD. They gave me a Johnson and
knows?
Johnson
You know, it's like a
Ron.
day.
Jesus Christ. I almost choked on a grape.
2 minutes.
Tell us the
I
story
said, hey,
again.
how come that doesn't happen with...
Listen to this shit. Okay. All right. Just in case anyone is joining us late to the game, Trump constantly confuses the Regeneron drug he took, REGN-COV2, which is the monoclonal antibody treatment they come with. That's the product name for it. I don't know what the long actual MAB name for it that they bring up, whatever its technical name is. But he always confuses the drug with the name of the company. Now he's about to confuse the company for the drug for another company entirely.
With me, but I wasn't bad. You know, it was like a day.
Yeah.
But they gave me a drug, Moderna. Who the hell knows? This was... a very... Moderna makes it. I'll tell you who makes it really a great version.
Who?
They say
Eli Lilly?
Eli Lilly, right?
Regeneron. Oh, so Eli Lilly makes Regeneron? You mean Rogaine? Son of a bitch. He's wearing a hat because he's using stuff on his head and to keep his, and they used Rogaine on him and he got a rash or something, and that he had an interaction. So Jesus Christ, come on! After all this bullshit,
This gave me a drug, Moderna.
oh,
Who the hell knows? This was a very, Moderna makes it. I'll tell you who makes it really a great version. They say Eli Lilly, right? Regeneron. And they gave it to me, and I woke up the next morning, and I felt...
and you felt like the penguin. No, not the penguin.
Regeneron. And they gave it to me, and I woke up the next morning, and I felt I could have taken the toughest, meanest person in this group.
And done what to them? What does this magic pill do?
Regeneron.
Regeneron, not Rogeneron. Okay, I was confused. I thought it was kind of a, yeah.
Now, I don't know whether or not it worked.
I don't think so. You certainly aren't on Prevagen.
I'll tell you who knows.
Please,
you know,
let's.
it was like a day.
I need
But they
this.
gave me a drug, Moderna. Who the hell knows? This was a very, Moderna makes it. I'll tell you who makes it really a great version. They say
Moderna does not make a version. This is him dovetailing in to fix shit.
Eli Lilly, right? Regeneron. And they gave it to me, and I woke up the next morning, and I felt I could have taken the toughest, meanest person in this group.
Taking them in a biblical sense? Taken orally or?
Regeneron. Now, I don't know whether or not it worked. I like to
One of the side effects of Regeneron is brain fog and head up ass syndrome.
think it had no impact.
Moderna is for a skin rash. Moderna is, you're thinking of Mederma, I think, which is for scars, right? No, Moderna is a company.
I made a statement. I said, well, I'm in no trouble because I'm young and I'm in perfect physical shape. I'm a perfect physical specimen. And CNN went crazy. He's not young and he's not imperfect. They can't take a joke.
No, they were pointing out the fact that if you're saying you're young when you're clearly old, that's a standard joke. But that if you're also equating the breadth of that joke with you being in good shape, you're basically informing the world for the first time that you think you're not in good shape the rest of the time, that you are a wreck physically.
But I was better. I was better quickly. I was better very quickly.
I wanted to go right out there and hug and kiss everybody. I wanted to kiss these men that I wanted to get inside.
We reduced the fatality rate 85%, and now we have the lowest infection fatality rate anywhere in the world by far.
No, not by percentage.
Thanks to our unreal
Like, give it to me again. I don't know what that guy was saying.
It's efforts, and by the way, Remdesivir was also approved. It's supposed to have a great effect. I mean, Remdesivir was also approved. It's supposed to have a great effect. I mean,
Yeah, it's Remdesivir is great if you're never hospitalized, which is weird because the only danger that comes from COVID-19 is if your symptoms are so bad you end up in the hospital.
I said, give me whatever the hell you have, just give it to me.
Yeah, just pour whatever in me. That sounds scientific.
I wasn't.
It's a good thing he wasn't like when he got sick. He wasn't surrounded by snake handlers.
Choosy. You know, the first lady, I don't want anything. I don't want. She's very particular, right?
Yeah.
If I say take an aspirin, you'll feel better. No, I don't want an aspirin. Right? She doesn't want that.
Because she's seen what drugs have done to you.
Only 3% of hospitalizations are right now China virus. So think of that. So our hospitals are ready if something should happen. But that's what.
No. All right. Most hospitals, their ICU wards are about 2 to 3% of their entire bed capacity. And so if the hospital is full, you still have that 2 to 3% capacity over, because most people who are in the hospital aren't in an ICU unless they've just come out of massive surgery temporarily. But it's a temporary space. Then you go recoup in a regular hospital room. Having 2 to 3%, that means the ICUs are filling up. You don't go to the hospital at all unless you've got it bad. So stupid.
Yeah, I appreciate that. He said, we trust you. You can. We are doing the greatest job
Yeah, totally.
of this.
We are doing the greatest job of this. Dash Donald Trump.
With one thing, publicity.
Yeah, that's really what's been going on. You know what wipes out COVID? A good publicist.
Public relations. We're spending too much time working and not enough time talking, but no matter what.
Whoa. Did you hear that one? Imagine these words coming out of Donald Trump's mouth.
Public relations. We're spending too much time working and not enough time talking, but no matter.
We're spending too much time working and not enough time talking. Holy shit.
What you say to these people, it won't make any difference, you know. And
Well, then why not go back to work then?
because of the advances in treatment we pioneered, the survival rate is far over 99. For many groups, it's 99.9%.
Yeah, if you cut the groups down into 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, there's a lot of groups. 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, it's a lot of groups. 11-year-olds.
And for
Yeah, if Biden came out and said we're doing too much work and not enough talking, Jesus Christ.
70, it's unbelievably high. For over 70 now, it's getting very good. And the drug they gave me, that what we're doing is we're going to make that available, including the very similar drug, it's antibody, a very similar drug from Eli Lilly. We're going to make that available to
Is it Regeneron?
anybody that needs it, should they get the China virus. We're going to make it available free. So if anybody...
No cost.
If anybody's...
Yeah, it's free. That's not socialism at all. If you put... Okay.
gonna need it.
If you pay to make the drug, you cease production, and then you purchase all of it and you distribute it. That's not so. That's free market, right?
If anybody's going to need it.
Oh, Erdogan and Trump? Yeah, I did read that article, and Barr is nowhere to be found.
Joe Biden's plan will delay the vaccine, postpone therapies, prolong the pandemic, crush our economy.
Ugh, crushing.
We can't do this.
You can't do it.
Destroy the Florida tourism industry and lock down our entire country. We'll be locked down.
Are we going to be locked down? Because I thought the Democratic governors were going to open it up. All right.
Under Biden's lockdown, countless Americans will die from suicide, drug overdoses.
Yeah, but honestly, technically only people who are downwind from you.
Deferred medical care.
You don't die from deferred medical care. You die from deferring medical care.
Abuse.
Unless, of course, you get the, I've had a kidney issue for a while there, Sam. I got to come down there, I got in the hospital, and they mixed up our charts. I'm in there getting my kidney, and I'm worried about it. Am I going to get one taken out? Maybe I'll get on a list for a donor. I'm waiting. And they mixed up my chart, and they put my chart on his bed and his chart on my bed, and I don't know what's going on with this guy. But that night, they came in and smothered him with a pillow. It's a good thing I deferred that medical care.
The thing that's happening to families is the cure. Remember, I said it right at the beginning.
Can't be worse than the disease. Just say it.
The cure cannot be worse than the problem.
Son of a bitch.
And you have Michigan
Hope springs eternal.
locked down. You have all Democrat governors. You know what's going to happen?
What?
On November 4th, the day after the election,
They're going to open the whole thing up and screw up Biden's lockdown. The nerve.
they're going to open it up.
How can these people call themselves Democratic governors if they're just going to open everything up when in the middle of Biden's perfectly good lockdown? What the shit? How's he supposed to do this?
They're doing it for political reasons.
Oh, they're doing it for political reason. Biden's doing it because he's dumb and listens to Fauci. I see. So are they going to fight about it? Well, is Biden going to take them behind the barn?
Because it's so bad for their state. And they think our numbers are going to look a little worse. California's pretty much locked down. New York's got to open. New York is becoming a very unsafe ghost town.
Yeah, very unsafe. How are ghost towns unsafe? I mean, it's not like you're going to be in a car wreck. I don't know. Right.
Governor, open up.
What'd he say?
New York is becoming a very unsafe ghost town. Governor, open up.
Build something?
New York is
The
becoming
dude yelling.
a very unsafe ghost town. Governor, open up.
I don't know what that is. If we'll build it, we will. It's a ghost from a field of dreams. We'll build it.
Up the state, Governor. Open up the state. You'll see our governor. He's going to make a few words in a couple of minutes. Governor from New York is going to be with us in a little while. Are you surprised to see that? You'll see what I mean.
Huh?
There will be.
This is the whole, like, Democrats call me behind the scenes because they know I know what's up and I'm really good at my job, but they can't admit it because I'm so good, and they'd have to tell you how weak Sleepy Jew is.
No school, no graduations, no weddings, no Thanksgivings,
No Christmas?
no Christmases, no
New-
4th of Julys.
What about
there
New
will
Year?
be nothing.
Valentine's Day?
They will allow you nothing.
Arbor Day? I mean,
Other than that,
exploding trees. I forgot. You don't want that.
he's doing a wonderful job.
He's doing a wonderful job as president right now? Actually, I agree. I think he's been a pretty good president when you talk to him, when he releases a plan and stuff. If he just had the power of the presidency.
Europe and
He's much better with the bully pulpit, although I think Trump might act the way he does because he thinks the bully pulpit is actually literally a pulpit wherein you bully people. I think we've discovered just in this very moment the entire raison d'etre of Trump's methodology.
those crushing lockdowns, and today Spain has more than 2 times more new cases per capita than the United States. France has over 3 times, and Belgium has over 7 times what we have.
Yeah, but what's the spread as far as city? Is it all in metropolitan areas, or is it spreading to the rural areas? How are they is it contagion outbreak areas, but they're isolating it away from anywhere else? What's the sheer number
And I don't want
per capita?
that. I don't want that. I don't want that to happen to them. We're helping them. We're sending them thousands and thousands
Of ventilators
of ventilators.
to make up for the fact that we bought all the remdesivir in the world,
We become
even though the recent study came out and said it's not really helpful if you have to go to the hospital, which is the only reason most people get treatment.
the ventilator king. We're making thousands of ventilators a month.
The ventilator king. If only I had my sketch.
We're sending them to Europe and all over the world. Sending a lot to Africa. They'll never be able to get them. They'll never be able to make them.
Oh, what? They'll never be able to make... You mean black people will never be able to make ventilators? Is that where you're going?
Done an incredible job.
Christ.
Incredible job. European lockdowns are not stopping the virus, but they're creating misery, poverty, suffering, and death. You see the riots in the street of Italy today, the streets of Italy, and the riots
No.
they're having in France. The people are tired. They can't do it anymore. They can't do it anymore. They're losing their businesses. They're losing their jobs. They go back and the business is closed for 9 months. We can't do it anymore. They can't.
Even if it kills half your population? Basically, just like, bow to the great volcano. Look, we can't do this anymore. It keeps erupting. So I think we need to... Obviously, throwing one virgin a month into the volcano is not working. I think we have to throw in half the village. I don't expect to be in that half, but that's our only solution. We got to do this. Listen to that thing rumble. We've got to throw somebody in there. Let's start with the old people, any kids that aren't mine, and any of the women that are below a 6. And any guy that has a better education than me. And we'll start there.
Can't do it. We know the disease, we social distance, we do all of the things that you have to do. If you get close, wear a mask. Always controversial. It's not controversial to me. You get close, you wear a mask. Social distance, social distance. You know the bottom line, though? You're going to get better.
What's the bottom line?
You're going to get better.
That's the bottom line? You get better?
Distance, social distance. You know the bottom line, though? You're going to get better. You're going to get better. If I can get better, anybody can get better. And
That's not true. You had all of Walter Reed. You literally had the military might and the medical might of this country guaranteeing it. You had a chopper ride to the hospital, you asshole. You're going to get better. So what, the 225,000 people that have died, they were just weak?
I got better fast.
Yeah, 230,000 people have not gotten better.
They were so happy, they couldn't believe it. That was probably the happiest day that they've had in years. And then they came out of the
Oh, the day you got it.
hospital to wave to the people, the supporters. I heard, these really beautiful rooms. Walter Reed is incredible, the best. And
So you get the best care. And if you can get, all right.
rooms, heavy glass panels over the windows. And through all of that heavy glass, brick and mortar, I could hear people screaming outside a half a mile away. And they were fans of mine with flags, Trump flags.
Fans. Right.
We love our president.
Holy shit.
And they were there for 2 days. They stayed there all night. I mean, these people were incredible.
Yeah, they're they're idiots.
And I said to my incredible Secret Service people, there's one of them, Bobby. I know I'm not supposed to say it. Bobby, I love you, Bob. I said, Bobby, I want to go over
That's okay. You're saying goodbye. It's okay.
and see him. No problem, sir. He ripped on that mask. He wouldn't even think about that. I said, let's go over and see him, Bob.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice. He's on the Secret Service detail, you idiot. Of course he has to do that. He can't think twice. That's why you're the dick in this situation.
Bobby, by that time, I was in good shape.
See, this is literally a part of the Secret Service's process. They are allowed to basically talk back to the president about stuff if his safety is in question. If his safety is in question, they can go, sir, we can't do this. We got to leave. They can shove him in a car for his safety. But for their own safety, they can't refuse to drive a car or be in a car with him because he's going to give them COVID or give it to a member of their family. They cannot refuse that. They'd have to resign to do it. Just, ugh.
Really, I wanted to get out here with you. But we drove in front of those people and we waved, and the people were so happy.
Yeah, just the gift of your wave made them feel so much better. It was like a healing balm. If only you could have grabbed them by the vagina.
It was incredible. It was a love fest.
It was a love fest.
So happy. And I got back and they were saying, what a terrible thing to do.
Yes. Why did we say that? Explain why we did it. Was it because no one should wave at their supporters? No. Was it because people shouldn't visit their supporters? Was that what bothered? Was it because nobody should applaud on a street for a politician they like? Nope. What was the reason why they thought it was terrible?
Now, we got to take care of our people, right? We got to stay with our people. Including Secret Service, who does an incredible job. Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. The man.
What do you mean take care of them? By taking care of your constituents, you put his life and his loved ones in danger. They had to quarantine after that.
Man. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Secret Service. They do a great job.
Yes, they do. They're great people. They don't protect the president. They protect the presidency. They risk their lives all the time. They're great people in general. And he used them like toilet paper. Bobby is one of his main Secret Service people, and you don't name check them while you're in office because it puts a target on their back. It's dumb.
For half a century, Joe Biden has been outsourcing your jobs, opening your borders, and sacrificing American blood and treasure in endless foreign wars.
Oh, I thought that was Walmart.
In 2016, Florida voted to fire the depraved political establishment, and you elected an outsider as your president who is finally, if you don't mind, putting
America first, right. Have we not? We've heard chunks of this. So he's sticking to the teleprompter for a little bit.
Joe Biden is a corrupt politician that the fake news will not write about. They won't write the story. They won't write it, and big tech won't write it. They won't write the story.
They won't do it. Why won't they do my press work for me?
Outside of the New York Post.
Look, I should be able to call them like I used to call Forbes, pretending to be somebody with a fake story about how great Donald Trump is and how bad the people he's trying to buy a piece of property out from under are, and they should take my call and believe my bullshit.
Who just endorsed me, by the way. Thank you very much.
Who?
So, outside of the New York Post.
Oh, right.
Who just endorsed me, by the way. Thank you very much.
You mean Rupert Murdoch's paper, his tabloid?
It's the fourth largest paper in the country. Got a lot of great endorsements. We got
Weekly World News, Bat Boy,
a lot of great. Jack
The Inquirer.
Nicholas, you know, Jack. He can.
Is that what? What are you doing to Jack's penis?
We got a lot of great. Jack Nicholas, you know, Jack. He can.
When you grab him like that, does he smile, or is this a thing that he doesn't like? Does he pay extra for that?
We got a lot of great. Jack Nicholas, you know, Jack. He can putt. He can do everything, Jack.
Great description of one of the world's most famous golfers.
78 tournaments he won, and he won 18 majors. Think of that, how great that is. That means
It's great.
under pressure. You know, you need people like that, right? People that
So
can
you're going to give him a cabinet position?
win under pressure, Jack.
That's interesting because Biden has a stutter. He's had one his entire life, and obviously this is a very crucial election. He's winning under pressure. I'm sure you have a lot of respect for him.
But Jack gave me a beautiful endorsement. We got endorsements from a lot of newspapers all over. We got a lot of.
Oh yeah, we got the right-wing Stormfront. We got the Charlottesville Stomp Register. We've got the inside stall wall at the Come and Go truck stop in Kenosha. Big Sharpie endorsement there. Something about a good time and a phone number.
Endorsements. If Biden wins, thank you very much. Papers all over. We got a
What did
lot
he
of
say?
endorsements. If Biden wins, thank you very
And there's no mic on that mic. It's hard.
much. If Biden wins, China wins. When we win, Florida wins, and America wins. It's very simple.
Very simple. Even I can understand what's written here.
And if I don't sound like a typical Washington politician,
It's because I'm drunk.
it's because I'm not
Not
a politician.
a grown human being.
And I
Woo! I'm not a typical politician. A politician is someone who represents the constituents and says, but all the people in a district, even if they didn't vote for. All right.
don't always play by the rules of Washington and the Washington establishment. It's because I was elected to fight for you, and I have fought for you harder than any president has ever fought for the people.
Yeah, but that's not because you did anything more. It's because everything is difficult for you. That's like, I have colored this coloring book harder than anybody has ever colored it. Yeah, you push the crayon through the page. Ease up. Stay inside the lines. Don't just go, I have colored harder for you than It's a turtle. What do you think? Yes, everything is red.
Loves. Never.
I've fought for you more than any person with 5 deferments since Dick Cheney. Not. First of all, the greatest joke in the original Borat is the last not joke. When he's learning how to do, this suit is black nut. This suit is not black. And the guy's like, no, you have to pause. He's like, count 2, 3. And the timing when he finally, the guy thinks he's just waiting too long and starts speaking again. And he goes, not. This suit is black. Now, if you want to not. I think he'll start in the whole 8 to 12 years. He doesn't want this, so I don't think he's going to do it. Melania's over there going.
Thank you very much. There's a lot of people. Look where that crowd is. Would you like to change places with some people in the back? I don't think so. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, dummies in the back.
That's incredible.
That's incredible that you people would stand in this heat. Oh, she just fell over. That's good. Those are all old people in the back. That's interesting. Thud. Where are you from, lady? Is she? Just fan her. Fan her.
What a crowd.
What a crowd.
They're all like this, I tell you, no matter where you go.
Yeah. People crammed in like sardines in the middle of a pandemic like morons.
35,000, 45,000.
Yep. 20 to 30%, always the same people.
They never mention it, They never mention it.
No, they do. They talk about them all the time in sort of the context of what kind of an asshole does this?
But with Biden, they never mention it either. I said, show the crowd. You know what? They have circles. Someday I'm going to hire the guy that does those circles.
They're perfect circles.
No, because it's really good. Big, thick, nice circles. They're perfectly done. It's the best part of his campaign, the circles. And usually, he's got 5 of them. Usually, he can't fill them up with people, so he puts the fake news in the circle.
Ah, hilarious. Are so those empty cars honking at him? What?
And then they don't ask him questions. Or how about the question they asked him the other day? He's walking out with ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, what flavor ice cream is it?
What's ice cream?
I don't know. It's vanilla, I think. Then they asked him a real question. He ran into the car, went back to the basement.
Yeah, that's a great story. I felt like I was transported. Listen to this.
Then they asked him.
Is that Roger Stone? No, that's not Roger Stone. That's I'm gonna go with this guy. I'm gonna go with evangelical preacher who ran a magic water scheme on the internet site of his church, but was let go because someone came to report one of his youth pastors making untoward remarks towards some of the women in the church, and his response was, "Got any Polaroids?" That's that guy. Just that's what I'm guessing.
A real question. He ran into the car, went back to the basement.
Is that?
Then they asked him a real question. He ran into the car, went back to the basement. Does he have the lid on again today? Almost every
No, he's got speeches. You just mentioned that earlier.
day. How do you put the lid? When you do the lid, he did it like 5-6 days recently.
Sure, great.
That's like 50% of the campaign.
And yet he's winning.
Now they try and say it's because of COVID.
Uh-huh.
They say the fact that he has nobody at all show up is because of COVID. No, it's because nobody shows up.
It's so hilarious. It's such a good point.
And I think that's the ultimate poll. And based on the numbers that we're getting.
Yes, it is the ultimate poll of the intelligence and the comprehension skills of your audience. That's the poll.
We're going to do really well on Tuesday. Tell you.
Yeah, that's the guy over the black hat up here. Yeah, that's definitely a wig.
Really well. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? It's an election. And if we do win, you're going to see a stock market that goes through the roof. Your 401k
Sure, totally.
are going to go up
Yeah, it's so dull today.
by 50% quickly.
Good God, help us.
You watch. I'm telling you. We know. I know all those guys.
You know all of them? Really? Well, how come none of them can make any money?
They're just petrified at the thought of having massive tax increases, regulation increases.
Maybe they're not smart like you and they don't know how to not pay any taxes.
They said, we've been through that. It wasn't good.
Yeah, the 90s, you mean, when we ended up with a surplus and And the best job growth in the last half a century?
That's why they had no growth. That's why they had no recovery.
No. All right.
Slowest
The stock market was 6,400 when Obama took over. He left it was 19.6.
ever. Remember I said that. Slowest since 1929. It's a long time. Not only is Joe Biden corrupt,
Yep, but the biggest recession since 1929. That's kind of the point. All right.
he's unfit. He has no plan to end the epidemic. It's all talk, no action, like I said at the debate. 91.
What? All talk, no action? He doesn't have control of the levers of government. He's not the vice president always. What do you think? Do you think Pence leg wrestles him every day for who gets the second football?
Percent to 9%. You know what that means? They did polls afterwards. 91.
Who won the debate?
Poll.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
91% said, I have to do it. I have to brag. You know why? They'll never do it. You know?
Jesus.
You know the expression?
What's the expression?
If you can't get anybody else to do it yourself. No, 91%.
Is that the phrase? If you can't get anyone else to do it yourself. Oh God. Oh, yeah, the leverages of power, right? What's the statement? Give it to us again, Yogi Berra.
Expression. If you can't get anybody else to do it yourself. No, 91%.
No. All right. It is. If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. That's the phrase that it's under the hat behind the fiberglass hair somewhere in the history of shit he's heard, and it squeezes its way through his synapses and down his weird esophageal passage and barks its way out of his neck and comes out.
The expression. If you can't get anybody else to do it yourself. No,
That's all right.
91% to 9%. And I'm trying to figure out who was the 9. I want to find who these people were. No, it was just ridiculous.
Great. Okay, cool.
Who these people were. No, it was just ridiculous. Ridiculous. I think they could have done better, but you never know. Again, this is
So great. So, I mean, I don't even know why he uses the teleprompter.
why you never know. His
You don't.
policies would create a depression, and
The
he
likes
wants
of which,
you to
no
surrender
whatever's.
our country. That's what he wants to do. He wants you to surrender our
He
country
wants you to surrender our country, folks.
to China,
To China?
to all of these other countries
Yeah.
that have taken total advantage
Total.
of us. It's really the
It's
reason
really
I'm here.
the
if
reason.
it weren't for the horrible trade deals with South Korea, with our allies. You know, our allies in many ways treat us worse
Yeah, we ought to bomb them.
than the enemy. The enemy, at least we have our guard up. Our allies, what they've done to us in terms of military protection and trade is
Do we have our guard up? Is it having your guard up if you have private meetings with their leader without a translator present and you burn the notes afterwards? Is that your definition of guard up?
disgraceful. And when they come out and they say they like Barack Hussein Obama much more than they like Trump, that
That's true.
means I'm doing my job. You see? Now,
What?
Germany said it the other day.
Just Germany said it. They all went, we like Barack Hussein Obama's this type of things, Like as a giant crowd. That's the best I can do.
And I have roots in Germany.
Boy, do ya.
Now, Germany said it the other day. And I have roots in Germany.
Uh-huh.
But Germany said it the other day. They like
So your home country, where your people come from, prefers your predecessor. Okay, got it.
Barack Hussein Obama. And they should. Because Germany
Because he was a decent, hardworking human being.
is delinquent in their NATO payments. Very delinquent.
Yeah, I don't think that's why the German people prefer him, though. I don't know that they wake up every day going, are we meeting our obligations with the NATO or not? I don't think we should have to pay for any of this.
They're at a half a level. And they're very rich.
They're at a
They
half
can
a
do
level.
whatever they want. It's not like they don't have the money. And I call them out. I say, if you don't pay, we're going to start taking our troops out.
No, you didn't. You said we're going to start taking our troops out.
And these people go crazy. They
Yeah, because you took our troops out.
go crazy.
It's largely there. We have medical staff there more than anything else.
You watch. Oh, we've already started to do it. They'll pay. But I just want to play you a video from
Oh, good.
I was so impressed. It's a little bit, you know, we only do this for people that we love. We have these very expensive boards that come along.
Oh, this is the whole, like, you're special. We don't always have this thing, even though they always have this thing.
And this is a large
I try Union, but this is tough today. I'm like, at one point, the 24-hour stream, if he ends up having a rally on the 24-hour stream day, I'm going to, like, hold on. I'm going to pass out. Sorry, I'm hooked on my seat.
largely a woman that comes from this area. Her husband happens to be a major league baseball player. Do you know who I'm talking about?
A major league baseball player or a major league baseball player?
He's a handsome guy, but she's far more beautiful.
What?
And he's on Tampa Bay, so he's right now a little depressed. I don't know if he's here or not, but if he is, I want to talk to him and say, you did a great job. Kaylee, please come up here. Kaylee. And play the video, please. Play the video.
Oh, so I'm tired of watching the video, so come up here and stand near me so I can look at you while the video plays.
Joe Biden censored 0 times, notably. No, because we're taking our message directly to the American people. We'll be making 5 rally stops a day. 5. 1,000 show up. Literally, we had 25,000 people.
Mark Burnett crowd.
This is a shakedown effort to say, delete the Hunter Biden story. The media won't report on it.
Why don't you just have her come up and say this live?
Social media will censor it, delete it, or we will censor the 4th largest newspaper in the United States. We will block them from social media. Big tech needs to be handled, and this president
Be handled.
second term
Like a vagina.
will do just that, because there needs to be equity. There needs to be a lack of censorship. This is what happens in North Korea, not in the United States of America. Yeah, look, the American people have...
Yeah, that's exactly what happens in North Korea. Other news agencies and private companies stop the dissemination of foreign misinformation on their private sites. That's what happens in North Korea?
A very clear choice.
In North Korea, in theory, if you're going with this, the New York Post, in this analogy you've concocted in your tiny little brat's head, would be that the New York Post would be the only paper that would exist. If this were North Korea, it would be OAN and the New York Post, and anyone who tried to start the Washington Post would be murdered.
Choice when it comes to COVID. You can vote on Joe Biden, or you will be locked down. Your schools will be closed. Your churches will be closed. You won't have social gatherings. It will be a
Cancel Christmas.
lockdown versus President Trump, where we are safely reopening this
Yeah, it's totally safe.
country. Americans deserve jobs. They deserve freedom. Joe Biden's model.
So, wait a minute. Whatever happened to the free market? You deserve jobs? Don't you earn a job? Oh, everybody deserves a job now. I see. What kind of hippie liberal bullshit is this, Kaylee? Better be careful. You're reading the wrong testament of the Bible for this crowd.
His strategy, which is lockdown in the basement, but this president has surged therapeutics.
The basement thing, they keep trying that.
And testing and a vaccine in record time. We can control
What's the record?
this, but at the same time, we
I mean, for there to be a record, you have to have a baseline standard, meaning that the disease is the exact same functional structure as another disease, and so therefore the chemical needs or the biological needs of producing said vaccine would, all things being equal, this is the time clock we're on. I mean, the record time is just, it's hyperbole.
we can open this country and not lock down like Joe Biden will do. That's right. It's their livelihood. These are small businesses, people who have worked.
Really? Just playing?
You have 30 police officers.
They're just playing clips of Kaylee? And then what?
Fact is, every time I
This is just long. What the? Literally, they're like, shut him up. Cue the video. Tell him.
said everything that I could have hoped for.
Oh, and then now they're playing the other video on top of it. So it wasn't enough to play that video. So they had Kaylee play, like they it was boring.
Keep in mind, although they're going to vote on Barrett, I think today.
That was terrifying.
What kind of country we're going to be?
Oh, so we're cutting. She's so good. Oh, and that's her husband and the baby. Great. So bring them to a super spreader event. You've only lost one child that was 4 weeks old. Yeah, bring your infant son. Great idea. Nice to see you, sir. Glad I'll go give COVID to the team for you. You've heard of taking one for the team? This is giving one for the team.
See, she's smart. She's smart.
Please don't say she's smart because she married a rich athlete.
She picked a major league ball player.
Son of a bitch. How in the... All right.
Smart. She's smart. She picked a major league ball player. You know what it is to get in the major leagues and stuff.
Holy shit.
You gotta be in shape. You can't look like these guys out here.
Oh, that's nice. Fat joke about your own supporters, especially the people in the front row who follow you to every rally.
Nah, she's great.
They just literally just, like, they can't look like these fat asses over here. But I care about him. I kid. He's like entering his Rickles phase. Is this how you slowly become Rickles over time? This is like, I think I'm gonna, I want to do some crowd work in my act. I do mostly written material and stuff, and I go off my notes most of the time. I got a couple of riff points, but I think I'd save myself a lot of work if I just did crowd stuff all the time. If I could work on that, but I got to start working on it, So I think my next show, I'm just gonna pick people out of the audience and shit on them and see if there's any jokes in there.
But did anybody say, especially on the pandemic, has anybody said it better than that? That was on this morning on Fox. Fox and Friends.
So he was on Air Force One watching Fox and Friends, and he's like, pull that clip, put it on our video. And we're like, that's a shit ton of money to get that finished. Well, got it in there, because I'm paying a lot of money for this thing. It's not my money, it's other people's.
And I got to tell you, that group, that threesome, they're great.
Don't say it.
Great, right? They're great, right?
What threesome are you talking about? Please tell me the Three Stooges were in the video or whatever, because I don't know how you have a woman, her infant child, and her husband walk off stage, and you talk about how great it was to secure a Major League Baseball player, and then you follow it up with that threesome?
Fox and Friends.
Oh.
That was on...
Oh, yeah. So the threesome on Fox and Friends. And I don't know whether it was Kill Me Doocy and rotating upskirt blonde they always put in the middle. Am I the only person who's completely creeped out by Fox and Friends' straight down the alley camera work where they have no coffee table, no desk. They sit there. The woman sits in the middle in a very short skirt, like basically welding her knees together so that they tease all of Fox's audience with a possible upskirt Basic Instinct style if she forgets where she is for 1 second.
This morning on Fox. Fox and Friends. And I got to tell you, that group, that threesome, they're great. Right?
I don't know. I've never put Fox and Friends in my Pornhub search results for fear that something with a wild animal would show up.
Right, right?
Wait, is she in Fox and Friends? Is she the fox? Is that the wink and the nod? All right. Because Fox and Friends does sound like a sitcom about a pretty girl. Like, it's basically like the Big Bang Theory's original title.
Great group in the morning. But she said it on Fox and Friends.
It's so good.
Ainsley, Steve, and Brian has been really great, right? Brian has been great.
Oh, God. And this dude is starting to lose this.
Nah, they
you
treat
ready
us
to go?
good.
Can you watch my
With-
seat? I'm gonna piss down my leg right now.
Thrilled to be joined
Not because I can't wait, but because I need something to cool off my knees.
by your governor, who I know is up here speaking, but I'm going to introduce him a second time because
Great.
we love him and he's done a great job and he loves the people of Florida. Ron
Great.
DeSantis, Ron.
Okay.
Governor, who is a fantastic woman, and she loves her state, Jeanette Nunes. Jeanette, thank you. That used to work with Ron, and without them, maybe I wouldn't be standing here. Remember, 197 to nothing. Congressman Michael Waltz. Michael.
Walsh or Waltz?
You know, please get married quickly.
Oh, that's the dude with the pretty wife that he brings everywhere, and he keeps saying that
You'll be so depressed, Michael.
because his wife's hot. It's his way of hitting on the dude's wife. This is a creepy thing he used to do at like Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster. Is you go, dude, you got to marry this one. He's that douchebag who walks up to a pretty woman and her husband and goes, you better lock this one up, man. If you don't marry this one, somebody's going to. You know what I'm saying? You're not appreciating this woman, baby. He's not appreciating you. If you don't put a ring on that immediately, I don't know. So the woman's eventually going to go, oh, well, he thinks I'm extraordinary.
If you don't, you're going to be very, very depressed. Thank you. Thank you. You better do it quick. She's out of here, Michael.
What?
Another great friend of mine and a warrior, Gus Bilirakis. Gus. Thank you, Gus.
Great friend of mine. Where is it? It's on here somewhere. There it is. Gus Miller anaphylactic shock. Where is he?
Great job. Greg job.
Greg job.
Stubbe, Greg, thank you very much, Greg. Great job.
You know what? Ron Kuby.
You're doing great.
It's your one. I think we should have a Big Lebowski reference in every show if I can manage it. Those are great burgers, Walter.
These people are tough. We've had some, tell you what,
I like your style, dude.
we have some incredible people in Washington. Attorney General Ashley Moody, who's doing a phenomenal job.
A woman who's doing a phenomenal job. Attorney General Ashley Moody. Allow for applause. Jesus.
Thank you, Ashley, for everything.
Here's a good look at my wrist.
Doing a fantastic job. Florida House Speaker Chris Sproul.
Yeah, we don't need this.
We don't win. Ugh. We are doing well. Yep. We're going to win. We don't win. Ugh. Our country will have trouble. Then
And by our country, I mean the remnants of the Confederacy and the Cayman Islands when I moved my whole family there to avoid extradition.
and vote for the congressman and vote for
Yeah, just do it. Vote for everybody.
the Republicans. They want to do what's right. They want to do what's right.
Yeah.
You know it's the right thing to do.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
We have
You're in over your head, Donnie.
congressional candidates Scott Franklin and Anna Paulina Luna. Please. Doing very well. Great.
Great.
Under
Super.
my administration, we're reversing the damage that Joe Biden and his group have done over a 47-year period. We're bringing the
Yeah, the damage of a functioning economy and
pharmaceutical industry back here and back to regions of Puerto Rico. They took it out of Puerto Rico, devastating Puerto Rico.
No, they didn't. The factories weren't there. It was a money laundering scheme.
Joe Biden voted to eliminate those jobs and to send them to China.
They didn't go to China.
And we're reversing that, and we've been reversing it now for over 2 years.
Well, if you keep reversing it, then it goes back the way it was.
And it's moving very rapidly.
We were going this way, turned the car 180 degrees around, and I was like, that's not enough. We got to turn it another 180 degrees around. And then we were going the other way, and we were like, this is too much. I need to go 180 degrees the other way. And we went 180 degrees, so we turned around.
Last month, I also announced $13 billion in disaster relief for Puerto Rico.
In disaster relief? What happened to his ass?
They got hit hard. They're in
Yeah, 3 years ago.
a little path that causes problems. You know that, right? A lot of hurricane problems. Speaking of path that causes problems. Disaster relief for Puerto Rico, they got hit hard. They're in a little path that causes problems. You know that, right?
A little path that causes problems. Puerto Rico. Visit us. We're in a little path that causes problems. Most of them can be cured with ointment.
A lot of hurricane problems. Speaking
Oh, hurricane problems. Those two.
of hurricanes, you have a lot of hurricane problems too, and I'm always there. Ron, am I always there? Ron calls up. Sir, I'd like to speak to you. What is it about? Another hurricane? Yes. How many billion do you need, Ron? But I'm always there.
With other people's money.
And Rick, I'll tell you what, Rick Scott's been great. He's been great.
Oh, no. Please don't. Don't go right to criminal reform.
And Marco Rubio has been great. He's been great. Marco.
Little Marco, you mean?
Very strong guys, strong leaders, good guys too. Really good guys, Marco and Rick. You have great people here, great leadership. Under my...
You got great people here. Rick, Marco, Rick. Rick and Marco. Have you met those guys? I mean, they're no Marco and Rick, but who'd I forget? Rick? Marco?
Leadership, we achieved the most secure border in United States history.
Yeah, tell that to Florida. Yeah, they have a very secure border. It's called the ocean.
We have now built over 400 miles of water. Of
water. 400 miles of water. I'm sorry. I must have projected words into his mouth.
And we'll have it finished very shortly. It'll be finished very soon. You don't hear about it anymore.
Yeah, because you're only repairing parts that were already signed off on during the Obama years with borrowed money. They won.
You used to hear when they didn't think I'd be able to pull it off, and that was a tough one. They were willing to close up the country over the wall. So I had a party, totally strong party. Bad politics, but strong party. Bad policy.
So they're powerful, but they could only get a demented old man who's also a master criminal to run their organization, but they probably don't know how to do anything. But they don't want any borders, and that's why they don't want the wall, but they didn't think we could do it. But once we started to do it, they didn't say anything about it because
they didn't want a wall. But I made a really terrible mistake. I should have said, instead of we will build a wall, I should have said, we will not build a wall. They would have given me all the money. They would have said,
Yeah, because you think it's just about you. I see.
They said, we demand that you build it immediately. But then they said, walls don't work. And I said, no, walls work and wheels work. Those are the two things that work.
Yeah. Where's the guy in the wall and wheel T-shirt? Why is that? Why is the Trump campaign leaving money on the table? Why are they not doing that? Where are the hats that say walls and wheels? We are the walls and wheels of deplorable Trump supporters.
Everything else gets obsolete in about 15 minutes after it's discovered.
Yeah, like roofs and support beams and columns, floors. I mean, every time you turn around, there's a new ground.
Biden wants to terminate our travel bans and surge refugees from the most dangerous places in the world.
Yeah, the refugees are the people who are trying to escape the danger, who are not part of the danger.
He will open the floodgates to radical Islamic terrorism. And you saw what happened 3 days ago, the beheading in France. And today it happened again. And we give our warmest regards to President Macron, a friend of ours, a friend of mine, a friend of the First Lady. They're two great people. First Lady of France is a great woman.
Oh, no. Don't.
Under the
like, First Lady of France is a good woman.
Biden planned the horrifying attacks in France will come to our cities and our towns.
That's what the Biden presidency is, the beheading presidency. You can either have a Trump head and shoulders or a Biden beheading.
And I don't want to speak too loudly about this.
Well, turn the mic off.
And I knock on wood. This is real wood, you know? This is real wood. I can tell anything having to do with the White House and the president. It's real wood.
Well.
Somewhere. Oh, yeah, here. Let me knock.
Real wood somewhere.
at this piece, that's definitely real wood. Somewhere.
Wait.
Real wood. I can tell anything having to do with the White House and the president, it's real wood. Somewhere. Oh, yeah, here. Let me knock at this piece, that's definitely.
Not here, Grandpa. Stop it. Mom! Grandpa's bumping his penis with his knuckles again. Knocking on wood. Do you realize? Shit.
And the president's real wood. Somewhere. Oh, yeah, here. Let me knock at
Doink,
this
doink,
piece, that's
doink.
definitely. But you know what? Look at what's happened. Long time, right? I don't want to
Yeah, he saw my critique of the podium, right?
say long time. And you know, the first call I get, after we win, the first call I get will
Will be Iran.
be from Iran.
Right.
They're going to want to make a deal because their country has been devastated. They have been unable to give money to terrorist organizations that they've given routinely for years. Their GDP is down 27% this year, which is the highest anybody's ever seen of any country.
Nope. That's smaller than ours.
1 year.
That's the lower drop. And again, these are percentage drops.
Think of it, we're up 33.1 and they're down 27. And they're going to want to make a deal, and we want to make a deal if we can. We want them to be a great country, but they cannot have a nuclear weapon. They cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Why are you pointing at Melania? I put her on it. Jared fucked up the whole thing.
And we're going to help them. We're going
Sure.
to help them.
No, we're helping.
We're going to go with them
Guys, we're helping.
and help them and do
We'll help them.
whatever we have to do. And I hope that happens. But
What if you have to give them money?
I believe that, and I even said, don't deal with them now. They're going to
What if he'll go, we're not giving them money like Obama did. We're giving them aid. Wait a minute. So Obama gave them money that was their frozen assets that we were paying interest on. But you'll give them aid, which is our money.
want to see what happens with
Yeah, let's just see what happens.
Sleepy Joe, because if he won, China will own us. Iran will make another crazy deal where they give them $150 billion and $1.8 billion in cash. Think of that. We have so many things. What we've done, the deals that we've made, it's very scary to see. I watch it and I
Yes, the deals you've made are very scary.
say there has to be something wrong because nobody can be that stupid. Nobody
You're still talking about your cabinet, right?
can be that stupid. Under my leadership,
Somebody was yelling, drain the swamp, and it didn't go anywhere.
we're keeping the terrorists, extremists,
Wow. Okay, 50 more minutes.
and violent
We're almost done.
criminals the hell out of our country, if that's okay. If that nice liberal point of view, but if that's okay with you, we'll keep them the hell out. We invested $2.5 trillion in the U.S. military, including $11.2 million. Think of this. $11.2 million right here, MacDill Air Force Base. Has anybody heard of MacDill? Has anybody in the audience, Mr. Congressman? You're the one that got it. You're the one that got it included, Walt.
Jesus.
Veterans accountability. They all
Yeah, it
said
was in the bill.
it was impossible. They said it was impossible. And we took
Apparently not.
100% of the ISIS caliphate, destroyed it.
Right.
17 years.
Al-Baghdadi.
And then we
Afghanistan.
took out the world's number
Right.
Qasim.
Soleimani.
He killed many of us. Is dead.
Does he say his
50
name right?
years. Qasim Soleimani is dead.
Okay,
Soldiers
he
he
took
killed.
he almost...
I withdrew from the last administration's
Is Iran
horrible
Paris Accord or
Iran
deal?
nuclear deal.
We already covered that. I'm skipping ahead for some reason.
And got the building built for a tiny
Oh,
fraction.
and then we're in Jerusalem now.
David Friedman, I said, David, let's see if we can get it open. They wanted to spend $2 billion to build an embassy. Do you believe? And it would have never happened.
They wanted it like cyber secure or some bullshit. I was like, hello, Spackle.
I said, David, go around. Do we have any land that we own with the government? We own everything. Sir, we own a great piece, much better than the piece they were going to buy. We didn't buy it because I didn't like it. I didn't like the location. I said, see what we have. He said, sir, we have a piece that's much bigger. It's in a much better location. And it
And I
What's the
said,
bill?
what's her name?
How much? He said, let me get back to you. He gets back to me 2 days later. Sir, I think we can do it for $390,000. Right? Right? You understand that, Mr. Congress? So I said,
It wasn't the land cost. It was
you know, it's the first. And a friend of mine, Ron Barron, he's so proud of a wall opposite the elevator. Every time I walk in, he shows me Jerusalem stone. I go crazy. Ron, I don't care. I said, David, you're in Jerusalem. It's very expensive in New York. Can you get Jerusalem stone? He said, yes, we can. We have it. We can buy it for nothing. I said, good. Make the building out of Jerusalem stone. So he made it out of Jerusalem stone.
Oh, God.
We had it open. Because you know what? Not only would it have cost more than $2 billion, you wouldn't have that building built for 25 years. It was supposed to cost, and we had it open in 3.5, 4 months. And
Great. What? Rush everything. We'll see in 5 years when they're able to, like, read the contents of hard drives in our embassy through the electrical circuits in the walls because you didn't do any of the safety precautions. But go ahead.
it's now our embassy. It's a great embassy, and it's recognized. Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Over the Golan Heights.
Right. Go
And
on,
it's
Hyde.
not easy. And every president wants
Tried
a
it,
lot of
and I
pressure.
couldn't.
A lot of pressure against
Terrible.
place, you see. Biden and Obama
They'd call me and I would hang up on them.
made a pathetic one-sided deal with the Castro dictatorship. My opponent stands with socialists and communists. I stand with the proud people of Cuba and Nicaragua and Venezuela in their righteous struggle for freedom, and we're winning. We're winning it. It's going to be easy. We're winning.
We're winning that vote. I just said that shit. They're going to believe it. They're stupid people. I just said it. So we stand with Venezuela. That'll get the Venezuelans. They're not bright people. They're just, all I have to do is say those words in a certain order. It doesn't have to be true. All right. I don't even want to say it, but it'll help. All right.
The last administration also negotiated the terrible
Paris Climate Accord.
Obama-Biden Santos deal with
Oh, the
Colombian
Santos
drug cartels surrendering to the narco-terrorists. You know what that means? That means drugs. Our First Lady sits on our commission. She chairs the Commission of Drugs. And
So she's responsible for opioid deaths going up in the first 4 months of the year.
on drugs in America and how to get rid of it. It's a blue ribbon commission, right?
So you just find the finest hog.
And we're down 19%. We had a little setback with
A little setback?
the recent problem with the China virus, but
No. It was up before that.
it's getting back under control. But she's taken it down 19. She and the commission have taken it down 19%. And she doesn't want it mentioned. She doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't
Because she didn't?
want to talk about it. See, if it were me sitting in her position,
The moms got drunk last night for the first time in a long time? Well, I hope you stayed home.
I'd be holding a news conference. I have done an incredible job. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. But she has done an incredible job. Thank you, honey. Under my... Thank you. Thank you very much. Under my administration, we worked with Colombian officials to seize or disrupt
Drugs.
200
Okay.
people alone. Sleepy Joe Biden has done in 47 years. It's true.
No, 47.
It's true.
47 months, 47 years. We've done this one before.
No administration in the first 3.5 years has done what this administration's done. We've rebuilt our military. We've done the biggest tax.
We've got the largest deficit in history by a factor of 6. We've got more domestic deaths from a pathogen in the history of the country. We entered a recession in the third year of a first term.
Cut in history, biggest
When we entered with a sound economy.
regulation cut in history. What we've done is incredible, even environmentally. I tell you what, we're not going to go over a list. We'd be here all day, but no administration. And you know, the fake news doesn't even call me on it. They don't even,
I called you on it.
usually if you make a statement, they think it's like 1% off. It's like a headline the next day. In the coming weeks,
No, I've addressed it a bunch, but it's just that ridiculous.
we will distribute a vaccine, defeat the virus,
Defeat the
and complete
virus.
the great American comeback. We're in the process.
Yeah, it's totally great. Well, I'm the comeback kid. I'm basically Bill Clinton, but without any good policies.
A vote for Republicans, like these people right down here,
Is a vote
Is a vote
freedom, joy, and not
for the great
guns and
American
babies
dream. That's
being
what it
lived.
is. And remember, Abraham Lincoln, the legendary Abraham
I could be as presidential as him, except maybe when he has the hat
Lincoln
on.
was a Republican. Would you please remember that? Nobody
Everybody knows that.
knows that.
Everybody knows that. Grade school children. This is the No, indeed, I am not smarter than a fifth grader section of the speech.
They know it now because I like to say it.
Yeah, that's why we know.
Over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world, and we will end our reliance on China once and for all. It's already started.
Yeah, it's already started.
We will
By other countries not making shit in China anymore because of COVID.
hire more police, increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, and we will ban deadly sanctuary cities.
Okay, what about the normal ones? Because if they're not deadly and they just have people who are worried about being deported even though they have a right to stay here and have their asylum case heard. All right.
We will defend religious liberty, free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms. Your Second Amendment will be defended.
Yeah, stand up and make sure that you stand for life with an AK-47.
We will
You need 30 bullets in a single magazine to stand for life.
maintain America's
Because what if a cop shows up at your door? You have to defend yourself against a tyrannical government by shooting cops. Like the Boogaloo dude who's a Trump voter, a Trump supporter, who shot at police in the Minneapolis 3rd Precinct.
unrivaled military might, and
Yeah,
we will
that guy.
ensure peace
Through strength.
strength. And I told you we spent $2.5
Trillion
trillion with a T, $1 trillion.
Yeah, we heard that part. What did that lady hold? Is she? Oh, she
We spent $2.5
brought a Amy Coney Barrett headshot.
trillion
Look,
with a T, $1 trillion.
ding! You missed your cue, lady. You're supposed to wait. He's gonna bring it up next.
On our military.
They handed it to you when you came in and said, "If you're gonna sit here, you gotta."
We have the finest rockets, the finest missiles, the finest jets, F-35s. We have the finest tanks and submarines and ships, all made in the USA. And
Nope.
our nuclear stockpile, we are in a position like no other country in the world. We're the envy
Wait, did she tear it
of
up?
every country. Russia,
Oh.
China, North Korea, no country.
Oh, that's Schumer.
In the world
So it's a
that-
picture of Pelosi. Yeah, so she tears up the picture of Pelosi. She's Sinead O'Connoring in the background.
It's what we have, and just a lot of religious people in this
And they pre-scored him. Look at that.
audience. Pray to God that we never have to use
Got a
it.
different one for each
And
one.
it's more likely that we won't have to use it
Is that Schiff?
now that we have it. But just hope that we never have to use it. We will end surprise medical billing, require price transparency, lower drug prices
Baby, I'm running out of Democrats.
even more, and we
Here, all I got's my driver's license.
will always protect patients.
Not the picture one. Those are plastic. Those are hard to tear. I mean the temporary one I got until I passed my sobriety thing.
Patients with pre-existing conditions. To land an asterisk, we will stop the
Move it down a little.
nation. Children to love our country, honor our flag. In God we
Me-
president who apologized for America, for the great people of your family, get your neighbors, never been an election more important. Come on, boss. And you got to get out and
Come
vote.
on, boss.
There's never been an election more important. On November 3rd, we must finish the job and drain the rest of the swamp. We've done a lot of it. From Pensacola to Miami, from Orlando to Jacksonville, and from Tallahassee to right here in Tampa, we inherit the legacy of oh, you know what, right?
Uh-oh. We inherit the legacy of what?
We inherit the incredible legacy of Florida Patriots,
Oh, He was about to say Florida.
right? We inherit the incredible legacy of Florida Patriots, Tampa.
Hold on. Here.
We inherit the legacy of oh, you know what, right?
Fucking Florida.
We inherit the incredible legacy of Florida Patriots who gave their blood, sweat, and tears for this beloved nation. We stand on the shoulders of American heroes who crossed the oceans, blazed the trails, settled the continent, tamed the wilderness.
Wrestled the alligators, took a shit in their neighbor's mailbox, and then set off fireworks in their cat. Tried to hump an alligator.
Laid down the railroads warlords dug out the Panama Canal, raised up the great skyscrapers, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism.
Florida must be exhausted.
And from right here in this beautiful state landed our brave American astronauts on the face of the moon. You've done
Well, Houston actually, never mind.
a lot. We made America.
Just saying. They launched from here, but all right.
Into the single greatest nation in the history of the world, and the best is yet to come. Taking back our country, we are returning power to you, the American people.
People.
With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting. And we are going to keep on
Spinning, spinning, spinning.
We're winning. We are winning again.
So winning.
We are winning again.
We stopped winning for a while, but we're back to winning, and I'm really enjoying it a lot more, but we'll probably not have as much winning as we did, but there will be some winning.
We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God.
Except for the Democrat-run states, which are a travesty, and these people are scum.
And together with the incredible people of Florida.
And by the incredible people of Florida, I mean the ones voting for me. The other ones are assholes.
We have made America powerful again.
It's not getting as much noise as he thinks it should.
We have made America wealthy again. We have made America strong again. We have made America proud.
We have made America lava again. And we will make America ripe again. Thank you very much. I like you, Hong Kong. Thank you. Walking over here. Clap, 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 clap. Point, 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 point. Thumb up your ass. Point, clap, clap, clap. Thank you, guys. Hand job, hand job. Clap, 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 clap. Oh, my hair. Clap, 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 clap. Dance time. Let's do the dance. My wife is hand job. Clap, clap, clap. We're gonna clap. Hey, yeah, clap. Hand job, touch my tie. Hand job, touch my tie. Hand job, clappity clap. It was so much fun. It's a boogie woogie woogie double hand job on my tie. Just feel free to release right on the knot. Point, whack, smack, zig heil, zig heil. Zig hand job. Oh, then finish it. Oh, that was a good one. Wow, that was double hand job. I can't top that. It's the best one all week. Hand job you. All right. Clap. Come on. My hands are only a little sticky. Let's go. Whoop-a-doo. Help me down the steps, darling. Remember, the prenup says that if I die prematurely, you don't get anything or whatever. And since I do everything prematurely, you should worry. Hand job. Clap, clap, clap. Wagger, hand job, right in my ear. Hand job. Sorry. Doopity-doo. Doop-a-doo. Hand job. Doop-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Hand job. Thumb, point, thumb up your ass, wave. Bye. Thank you. Salute. Hey, how you, guy? What's happening? See you later. Yeah. Oh, let's dance break. This dance is for you. Oh. Thank you. Look, I'll take it out. Whee! Okay. Hand job. Hand job for you. Hey, give me a hand job. You, right there, little tiny hand job. You have a small penis, and so I will just give you the tiny whack, squirt. Thank you, right there. Just keep my pearly whites. Sorry. Okay, that was just awful. Oh, my God. And that's the show. Look at that. We managed to do it. We brought it in at under 7 o'clock. We're ending right on not time. Oh, gosh. Good times. So, yeah. No, Florida's okay. It's, it just needs a little extra love because it's just the soft, dangly underbelly. Wish you could hear me laugh. I wish I could hear you laugh, too. We'll do that live one day. We'll just do a greatest hits when I'm touring or something. Can't we play Muppet music or something? Play yakety sax? How's that an Iceman? Yes. Yes, that is an Iceman bass, though. That's, yeah. It's yeah. Just so you know. Yeah, but who in that family shoulders the debt? Everyone. I love Kids in the Hall as well. Crushing your head. Mark's a lovely person. And there would be no Queer as Folk without Scott Thompson. I really believe that. Because he broke more ground than anybody. Just saying. If you can get frat dudes to like a gay comedian who does gay and straight characters equally, that's magic. Your jacket is rad. Oh, well, thank you. Gotta love Kids in the Hall. Artcast, my favorite character on the show is Buddy. Yeah, well, Buddy's fantastic. You can't play softball with us. You're a man. Labels. It reminds me of something Liza Minnelli said to a waiter in Monaco as she was falling down a flight of stairs. The food here is terrible, but the waiter's hilarious. This is exhausting. Oh, the young ones, absolutely. Neil! Guys, the lentils are done. Okay. Hold on, I'm going to take this off because I don't have to wear headphones anymore. Here's the jacket, by the way, in case you guys haven't seen it. I've had this thing for so long. It's so odd because I've always liked it, but I never really got to wear it much. It's just been crazy. And it's got this one gray patch right here, which looks like it's missing something. And it's not. It's just... You just put one there, and I'm not quite sure why. I never have been, because the other one's... But yeah, it's my Dragon Force jacket. So, it's like so 70s. Yeah. Yes, we have a video. It's true. Get a Sharpie. That's not a bad idea. This is one of those jackets you could fit. Yeah. Scott Thompson, Kevin McDonald, and faves. Yeah. I mean, I like all those guys. Have you guys seen Brain Candy? Yeah, I should pop the collar. I mean, it's harder with my hair up, My hair holds it, right? That's the cool thing. Like that's what, my hair can keep it from falling back, That's the great thing. I could put a pin on it. Favorite Young Ones episode was when the guys wanted to rob a bank and they made Neil write the note to the bank teller. Yes. Put an insignia. That's a good idea. Oh, I'm going to keep letting my hair grow. I've decided. Full on, yeah. Oh, Brain Candy is awesome. And I got to see because Kelly Macon, who directed a lot of Kids in the Hall stuff, directed a few episodes of Queer as Folk. So I got to go to, because I was living in Toronto doing Queer as Folk when it came out, and I got to go to a screening of it, a director's cut screening of it, which is like a full 15 minutes longer, and it was awesome. They cut a bunch of Dave Foley stuff out, I think just for balance with the other guys, that was so goddamn funny. And it still aggravates me, the version. I love the movie, but it aggravates me that there are pieces of it that were, that aren't in the original cut. I'm like, Brain Candy needs its own, anniversary DVD with the other cuts. Yeah. My 24-hour stream will start 9 a.m. on Election Day. So next Tuesday, 9 a.m., 24 hours of loving. Just you and me. I'm going to set up a camera in the living room at my place, in the downstairs area with a big whiteboard, so I can go to, so I can Steve Kornacki some stuff for you, and you guys can watch and come back and watch other stuff and all that kind of stuff. It'll be a good time. There will be several moments where we have, an awkward discussion about when it's bathroom time, and when I go and take a shower and come back, where I have to play other stuff or have a guest fill in or something like that. But it'll be, and sushi at least twice. Yes, when Foley got news radio, it was a win. How we're going to need it, I'll be a living wreck. Yeah, everybody's going to be. You should do this to InfoWars. I was on InfoWars. You know that, right? I'd gladly do this to an episode of his shit. But I was on Alex Jones's show. I've been a guest on there. I've been on Rogan's show too. And Rogan's whatever, but he basically, I mean, it's the weed talking at this point. But Alex is a complete fraud. I mean, on all fronts. I'll break maybe I can find maybe Richard has a copy of it. I'll see. Yeah. It's beyond he's a nut. He's a nut and a grifter. It's a terrible combination. But anyways, all right. I got to run. You guys are wonderful. I will see you guys in my regular studio setup tomorrow. Bless you, and I will see you and take care, and you're fantastic, and never forget it. And thanks for hanging in there for my initial tech issues here as well, and I'll be back in our regularly irregular program tomorrow. So there you go. But I will see you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock p.m., regular Friday show, and then, of course, Saturday. And then sexyliberal.com/tour for the past Sexy Liberal shows are all on demand, so you can go watch them. And then we got a new one coming out. Tickets go on sale Monday. There will be a meet and greet, and then if that sells out, which it definitely will, for the VIP, there will be the next morning. There will be a hangover brunch, and then it's on the 21st, the Saturday before Thanksgiving, is when the show will be on, and I'm going to be filming like a crazy person between now and then. So that's it. Okay, I'll see you guys later. I'm sorry I don't have goodbye music. I normally do, but we can't today. So anyways, much love. Be safe. Take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. Oh, and your assignment. I got to do this real quick. Your assignment for this is, let's see. Hold on. Amy McGrath. Let's go. Let's help Amy McGrath. Since they set an Amy up, let's set our Amy up, who's running against Mitch McConnell. A lot of, she and Jamie don't need money. They need attention, and they need somebody to, carry their message forward. So go to their policy papers or something like that. Grab a segment of it. Don't just, retweet their campaign hey, support their campaign. Go find something on their campaign site that you really like their education policy or a quote from them, and go, boom, this is what Amy McGrath said. This is why I like her. That kind of stuff. If it suits, these are not directives. These are just us trying to marshal our impact. So starting tomorrow, that'd be a good way, first thing in the morning, if you could think about that. Anyways, okay, so Amy McGrath in Kentucky against Mitch McConnell. Go for it. You can do some, go look up some articles about his wife shipping, cocaine, stuff like that. That's fun. It's a little pastime. That's a